Hey everybody, welcome back to the Help Action. We're on episode 23 tonight. We're going to continue our adventure into Wave Echo Cave. Before we get started, we are here playing Dungeons & Dragons for you for a charitable cause to talk about our charity of choice. Robin, why don't you go ahead and take that away for us?
That's me. I'm talking about that today. Today, as always, we are asking y'all to donate to the Transgender Law Center. Founded in 2002, the Transgender Law Center is the largest trans-specific, trans-legal organization in the United States. Their tireless efforts to defend and advance the rights of transgender and gender non-conforming people, I looked up for a second and I lost my place, have resulted in precedent-setting victories in areas including employment, prison conditions, education, immigration, and healthcare. In addition to their legal work, they also organize community-specific programs such as Black Trans Circles, the Disability Project, the Black LGBTQIA+ Migrant Project, and Positively Trans that inform and empower trans and gender non-conforming folks across America.
Awesome. And then if you would like to donate, we have links in the chat, but we also have a website, Nero. Where do they find all that info?
You can find it at thehelpaction.com. It's the same name as our Twitch channel. You can find a big old button at the top that says "Donate to Transgender Law Center," so you don't have to memorize any wild URLs or anything. Just helpaction.com. It's got links for the Twitch where you are right now. There's the YouTube, the Twitter, the Instagram, and a link to email us in case you want to send us cool messages. Only nice ones.
Only nice.
And a link to our schedule so you can find out when we're here.
Speaking of which, what a segue. Tommy.
You might be thinking, I don't want to click on anything. I wish someone would just tell me the schedule. Well, I'll tell you the schedule. We're going to keep having this show Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Pacific time, 8 p.m. Mountain time is what I am experiencing as a person who lives in Mountain time. And so on and so forth through all the other time zones. But that's going to be our continued schedule for in perpetuity until the end of time or Wi-Fi. And keep an eye out on our social media channels on Instagram and Twitter and on our website for announcements about other shows. We occasionally do shows on the weekend for kind of behind the scenes Q&A stuff or playing other board games on Tabletop Simulator and chucking our pieces as far as we can in Tabletop Simulator. But please tune in Wednesday nights for now and ever.
Forever and ever. Because you cannot leave. Last but not least, I do want to do two more quick announcements. First off, thank you, Encounter Plus. It's a software I've been using since the beginning of the campaign to run everything. They've been instrumental in running things. You can check them out in the App Store. It is called Encounter Plus. It's on iOS. You can also get it on iOS desktops. That's a hard word to say. And the final thing I wanted to say is if you do donate tonight, and again, I would love to emphasize that any amount of donation is awesome and very much appreciated. $1, $2, doesn't have to be big. Just if you got some spare pocket change burning a hole in your pocket and want to put it to good use, that's a great way to do it. If you donate, we do read all of your messages out loud on the stream afterwards. So if you have questions, you have something you want one of the characters to read in a silly voice, or you have any sort of Q&A for the characters, feel free to attach those to your donations as part of the message. Okay, is there any other quick announcements before we get into a recap and then begin tonight's episode? I think we are all set here. So, where we left off.
Do you want to say where we're at donations-wise?
Sure. As soon as this little hangnail does.
$20,000 and $50. $3,050.
That's the same as $2,000 and $1,050.
I know. It's such a big number. And yet it could be a little bit bigger.
Couldn't it be? Think about it, won't you?
Everybody think about what's the biggest number.
We've done this bit already.
Yes, and Robin, and it's still funny to me.
Okay,
Oh,
jumping in. Next room. Where we last left off, the party had rescued their friend, Gundren Rockseeker, from a faraway castle in the swampy woods north of Neverwinter, and he had relayed to them the situation at hand. They need to enter Wave Echo Cave, which they had finally found a route to by rescuing Gundren along with his map, which is an ancient mine filled with monsters and undead. Inside of this cave, they have to locate this mysterious font of power known as the Forge of Spells, which is capable of creating these extraordinary magical items. Their efforts thus far throughout the campaign have been hindered by an ever-elusive, mysterious figure known as the Black Spider. And Gundren also found out by listening in while he was held captive that the Black Spider has already reached Wave Echo Cave, and that at this point it is a race between the party and the Black Spider to see who reaches the Forge of Spells first. So the party, after rescuing Gundren, returned to Phandalin, did a little battle along the road, did a little bit of socializing when they returned to town, and prepared for their journey to the cave. A short trip later, with Gundren in the lead, they arrived, but shortly thereafter, just inside in the first chamber of this natural cavern that led down into the ancient mine, they found the unfortunately deceased body of Gundren's missing brother, Thardan Rockseeker, which now accounts for 2 of the 3 total Rockseeker brothers, Nundro Rockseeker being still missing, potentially somewhere within this mine complex. Delving deep into the mine through a rope ladder and then having their first decision whether to go right or left, and just sort of leaving it up to chance, they decided to head off to the left-hand passage and were greeted by a confusing labyrinth of rough-hewn mine passages. Unbeknownst to them, they were being stalked by something slithering along the ceiling, a gelatinous, jelly, acidic creature that descended upon them, but they were luckily able to defeat it, and from within it pluck a pair of boots, somehow magically altered, that were not damaged at all by the acidic nature of that creature. And that is where we left off last time. So now sort of standing in the moments just after this battle is concluded, around the sort of splattered remains of this now destroyed ooze monster with a fresh pair of boots in hand, probably just finishing cleaning the last little bit of acidic slime from it. You now stand here. I'm going to pull up the map for everybody. There we go. You now stand in this series of tunnels. What would you like to do, or where would you like to go?
You all just, the voice we hear in our heads at the beginning of every random interval of these adventures. I do want to say, we didn't miss anything making a decision going this way or the other way, I don't think. I think we kind of looked at both and saw
Made a decision.
made it as informed decision as we could. We didn't have any person in town tell us always go right. Right?
No, nothing like that.
If we survive for long enough,
I was
we can
just
check
saying
out
that all you
ways.
did was you went left or right. You didn't peek in either passage. You just chose a direction.
Sure.
That was all I was getting at.
Sure did.
No, no shade from the DM intended whatsoever on your decision-making process.
Throwing reason into the wind, they went left.
Ignoring all possible warnings, they jumped headfirst into the pit of despair.
Yeah. Shit, I think we should have gone the other way. Yeah. Anyway, sick boots, slime.
We may lose video here for just one moment. Not on the stream, but I'll get that pulled up in one moment.
Okay.
Quick question. Forgive me. Actually, I'll just read. It's fine.
Get an audio back.
Oh no, it's fine. You guys keep going.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
we're really
yeah.
big. We're really
I'm
big.
in a corner.
Oh, that closed the entire stream. That's great. We love that. Sorry, Discord dropped my stream to them of the map. And that
There we
should
go.
be all better. Sorry about that.
Okay, cool. I've got the audio too. Yeah, someone cast enlarge on my face.
Face.
Figure.
Pardon.
Okay.
Thickened. Cool.
I wonder if I could actually cast that with just a body part. Anyway,
Why?
Okay.
big head mode.
What practical purpose would that serve? I mean, I guess if you're trying to land a headshot, or if you wanted to headbutt somebody really hard. Wait, but you have horns, so it would be tactically advantageous.
Yeah, just saying.
Oh.
Okay. Well, that was a real battle there.
I'd say we did pretty good. Get it?
As your voice echoes good, good off of the halls around you, you are greeted in response by another the thunderous clash of the waves that give this area its namesake.
Long have we spent in here so far?
I'd say the battle was no more than 5 minutes or so, and you've
Okay.
probably been standing there afterwards for about as long.
Okay.
And because I have not talked about it yet, and now we're talking about time spent here, there's a mechanic in this dungeon that I've already spoken to the players about, but for those of you watching from home, because this is a race to the Forge of Spells before the Black Spider gets there, every time they take a rest or spend a long time on any specific thing, I will roll a d10. On a 10, the Black Spider has beaten you there.
No pressure.
So,
That maybe makes me wonder. Can I tell? Are the crashings happening at a regular interval?
at this point, it seems like it. Make a perception check.
I think a 20. Yeah, 20.
Yeah, it seems like the way you've sort of been able to pay attention to it in the background. I guess I was kind of doing an active roll for a passive perception check there, but they're about maybe a minute and a half apart, but whatever sort of timing that is if you sit there and were to count it out, it is equal at all times, almost like a clock.
Okay. Yeah, so I guess that because the voice in my head made me think about our time limit here. It feels like we might be able to count our time with these wave crashes.
Mm-hmm.
If we're feeling disoriented, perhaps that's one thing to feel consistent about.
Sure.
I would just say don't count your time on when I make a wave crash noise. Okay, just making sure that we're not. I am not that talented of a DM to be able to say it's been a minute and a half.
Yeah.
I don't know
sounds
that
very
it would be
stressful.
talent.
Maybe just neuroses. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Yeah. But yeah.
Do you all want me, Ambrose, to take a look at these boots and identify them now, or do we want to wait?
I think we should maybe keep moving
Yeah.
because it's not like
Yeah.
we could put them on
Right.
until we could take a rest anyway.
Yeah.
I have a question. Does your healing word spell, Glass, would that work on Kevin? And is it a spell big enough, like, does it use up enough juice that you might not want to use it on somebody as small as Kevin? No offense, Kevin, of course, but this
And none
might be
taken.
I can bring Kevin back is the thing.
If you had to assign a number to how much health Kevin has, what would that number be?
1?
Well, but I mean, if he had it all.
No, what? Oh, 10, and
Okay.
he's at 1 now.
Yeah.
He's at 10% of health. He was a very, very good boy. He valiantly fucked up that slime. Real good, but he's hurting a little bit now.
That's right, I did.
does it cost you money to bring him back, or spells?
I need supplies, and I need to do a ritual for an hour, or I can burn I believe I can burn a spell slot to summon him back. But
So, if
Regardless of if it's a ritual or a spell slot, you do still need the required
the
items.
materials, yeah.
Yeah.
I was. So we've got two hurt little buddies here. Winchester is not looking great either.
But I know if Winchester dies, that's like it.
No, he can come back.
No.
But see, burning the spell slot.
It does burn a spell slot for me to bring him back.
Let me keep Kevin close to me for now, and we can hash this out later once we're all a little bit more digged up.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna heal Winchester up a little bit.
Okay.
For now, and then, if we metagamey, if we get to a short rest, don't your spell slots come back on a short rest?
I believe I get a spell slot back.
You get all of them.
Oh, I get all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, I get all of them. Yeah.
So if we're getting there anyway, you could just summon them right back right before our short rest and get your spell slot back.
True.
So maybe
the material for it though.
Why don't we walk?
Let's
think about
Yeah.
Let's
Let's
watch
try.
and talk.
I'm gonna
the old Law and Order walk and talk.
pet Winchester in a healing manner.
Okay. Casting Cure Wounds, I assume?
Yes. And Winchester receives 10 health back.
Damn. Hell yeah.
Nice.
Winchester big and strong.
Yeah, that's exactly what I could have used.
I'm sorry, Kevin.
You could
Please,
use 9.
It's all right. I just I'll stick with you, Willie, and
just keep close to me and hang in there. We'll get you some healing soon.
just don't walk me through any like fire or anything like that. I'm
No.
trying to
God.
hang on here. Or you can
Yeah.
pop me away to another dimension for a little while if you're worried about me. Pull me back whenever you're ready.
Oh, I can do that.
Yeah, you just say the word. I'm going. Say it again. I'm back.
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
Cool. If you want to hop in the old pocket dimension, then I'll bring you back out once we can find some means of healing you, and then we can bring you back into the fold, if you're down for that.
Say no more. This place is giving me the
Just-
creeps, anyways.
Yeah, just
Later.
to keep you safe.
And
Cool.
just
Later.
vanishes.
Hope that's okay.
Oh, it's fine. I mean, he'll miss the valuable work experience, but it's probably safer for him like this.
But he won't go through the horrible pain of death.
That's true. He already experienced that once, and I'd prefer not to get known as somebody who loses interns repeatedly
Yeah.
Yeah.
to the icy sight of
That
death.
would be good.
Yeah.
All right.
Right. Halloween's Eve. Let's go.
What's the walking order?
I can
Hi.
stay. I believe I was in the back last time. I can stay in the back, and I'll keep a closer eye on our rear from here on out, since it appears that we can get sneakily attacked from behind.
Spell boys in the middle.
Yeah.
Sure.
And me and Winchester can be up front.
Cool.
Cool. All right. Let me put you in the right order here. Sorry, I was sending Iris the thing. So Winchester and Bree in the front, and I'm assuming you're just walking in your sort of brick formation. I will take Kevin out of the picture for the moment as he's gone, and then Ambrose is back. Do you want yourself or Winchester up front?
I will be up front.
Okay.
I'll same as before. Maybe I'll send. Actually, yeah, that's perfect.
Alrighty. So, as you begin to make your way further into this area, where would you like to go?
We got a million fucking doorways.
You do at the moment. Let me zoom out a little bit too to see if you can get a better sort of bead on things.
Should we peer into all of these doorways?
I don't think it'll be a bad idea to.
Sure. Yeah.
At least take a listen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will peer into the far left one on the north side.
I'll look right.
So I'm just going to move you one at a time because
Yeah, sure.
otherwise you're going to be clipping through walls like we talked about. That's not fun.
Yeah.
So as you make your way over here, first you get a view of a long northward hallway, and then you peer over to the left, and now you can see that it again splits, and you can sort of vaguely make out where one of the passages that you had seen before does sort of meet up with here. This almost looks like it was excavated in a way that was done to remove as much rock and stone as possible while still leaving the ceiling relatively stable, but the numerous cave-ins that you're seeing indicate that maybe it wasn't as stable as they had hoped.
All right, I'm just gonna tell the group. I almost wonder if this diagonal path might be the quickest way to the center. Actually, can I hear? Do the echoes seem to be coming kind of from northwest?
Make a perception check.
That's cocked. That is a big 14.
14. It's hard to tell since it is, you're almost getting entirely, varied reflections as opposed to just a source sound. But with a keen ear, 14 is not a bad roll. You're getting, just sort of shutting your eyes and waiting for another crash of waves. As you turned your back on your group of friends and made your way over to the western wall, it got quieter. Just ever so slightly.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe not.
Can I look down the east hall?
You sure may. Coming up to here, you can see the sort of catacombs continue. How far would you like to go?
Is that a wall directly north of me? That like where my vision ends there?
The dead end.
Sorry, I went directly north of you. Up here, yes, it is.
Okay,
It's just sort of a loop around this little square there.
Okay.
Do you want to go further to the east?
I think I will.
Sure.
Okay. About how far? 10 feet? 20 feet?
10 feet. And can I scan the ceiling?
Sure. Make another perception check for me.
Ooh, all right, 22.
22. Look around. Pause for a moment. Listen, and you don't hear anything aside from the occasional crash of waves somewhere in the distance, and you don't see anything crawling along the ceiling on the floor. You can hear the sort
Always
of
seems clear.
ever persistent dripping of water, and sort of intermingled with that, since your perception check was so high, intermingled with the crashing of waves, this almost moaning sound that at first you're like, oh shit, there's some sort of creature here, but after listening for a moment, it sounds like wind through some sort of opening. But it is as distant as the waves may be.
I relay this information to the party of the wind. Seems like there's more. There's something this way. Did you hear anything towards your end, Bree, or see anything?
It does seem like the echoes aren't coming from the west. That's all I know.
Shall we- Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, I hope wind doesn't mean there's another entrance that could have people standing at it.
Yeah.
It could also be a source of fresh air, like a ventilation tunnel or something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think it's where. I think even if there's people, I don't think we can stand to avoid
Avoid people.
much.
Yeah.
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 I mean, if there's people staying down here, they're gonna need to bivouac someplace with a reasonably fresh air supply. So I
Yeah.
think if we're heading straight into the jaws of peril, that may be the way we go.
Could I Ambrose, take a look farther down the east passage? Like
Sure.
farther than where Glass is at?
So Bree had the torch. Are you passing that over, or are you just going on your own? Because I don't believe you have dark vision, do you, Ambrose?
No, I don't.
Okay. So either a light source is needed or a torch pass. Okay, so I'm just going to move Bree's token so I don't have to set up another light source really fast.
Oh, that's great.
You wanted to go where to? Further east from here?
East past where Glass is.
Okay. As you continue a little further this way, you do see a set of stairs to the north.
Okay.
And then even further eastward arrives in another dead end. And then at the end of the hallway, you see a door.
Okay. That's promising.
Yeah.
I got some new boots. I want to kick a door down.
Bree's just got him on her hands.
It's like, hurry up. Can I listen towards the door to see if I hear anyone behind him? Behind
You
it?
absolutely may. Let me grab my notes. Okay, so I'm just going to grab the rest of you, assuming you're all making your way over there at the moment, since that's sort of the area of focus. Oops! Grabbing everybody and putting them in the wrong spot. Additionally, I will say from here you can see that there's another hallway that leads further to the south there. Now you kind of have a good idea of how maze-like that particular area was, but as you near the door and off in the direction that you saw towards the stairs, the hallway ceases to be rough-hewn stone with those wooden braces and goes into masonry.
Wow.
So around this door is all actual like masoned laid stonework.
Okay.
So making a listen at the door, then here, Ambrose, go ahead and make a perception check for me. And this is just a straight one. It's not vision, it's just hearing, so you don't have to do disadvantage for dark vision or anything.
18.
Nice.
18. Listen at the door for a moment, and from inside, it's quiet.
Sounds good.
Something sounds great in there.
Somebody's having a snack.
I don't like that.
Now the question is, so from what I've read about dungeoneering, there are two kinds of dungeons. One is that it's a sort of linear dungeon where enemies of increasing difficulty are placed between the venturers and the target, and the other is a twisty maze that contains numerous dead ends. It may contain enemies that, while difficult, are completely irrelevant to the task at hand. The question is, what kind of dungeon are we in?
What kind of dungeon are you?
I would be a very hot one that is popular with many people.
I see.
Evan's rolling.
Do we want to chance this door?
Do you think that we could get a surprise on this thing?
I mean, it sounds like some kind of lip smacking feast or something.
It does seem like it's occupied right now, so we probably could get a surprise.
Or we could avoid. But I mean, if something's eating, then we might be able to get it before it... I mean, I don't know what it's eating. It could be eating get really big and strong juice, so...
If it's juice, it will be drink.
What was that, Evan?
That was you talking right outside the door with something angry inside,
Yeah,
beating
I was
on the door.
Yeah.
Whatever chance of surprise you had against this thing is gone.
Oh boy.
Is it opening the door?
It is not opening the door, but it is definitely clawing and beating upon it.
Oh, okay. No opposable thumbs. Great.
And in addition to that, you hear not just one, but multiple of whatever this might be.
I think we should leave.
Cool.
Let's go.
I am less curious now than I was before.
Let's go up the ladder stairs.
I think so too.
We'll talk about what kind of dungeon we are later outside.
Yeah.
And maybe we'll try not to do that again.
Again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm not exactly putting you in your correct order, but are you going over to the stairs now? Which direction would you like to go?
Stairs.
Yeah.
Oh, away. I think would be wise.
I will say, if you do want to have conversations and stuff like that, that's fine with me. You just need to let me know that you're doing so quietly, and I'll have you make stealth checks and stuff for that.
That's
So,
yeah.
just illustrating a lesson to be learned. Okay. So,
I should have said something sooner.
making your way in this direction. How far up do you want to go? Do you want to go up the stairs? Do you want to go to them? Okay.
Can I listen at the stairs to see if we hear anything?
Yeah, sure. Make a perception check as you make your way up to the stairs. And then what was the marching order again? I've got Bree in front.
Bad. 5.
We've got... Oops, that's Winchester in front. We want Bree in front. We've got Ambrose, Oleander. Oleander's in the back. And Glass, is that correct?
Yep.
Okay, cool. What was your perception check?
5.
5. You can pause for a moment and listen. Just the steady pounding of waves momentarily, and
Seems fine.
that's about it.
Let's go.
Okay. Now, just to zoom out a little bit, up ahead of you, in the light of your torch, Bree, you can see bodies. Old bodies. Dwarves, orcs, humans, elves. Clad in armor still, much of it rusted out, some of it not. All strewn about on the ground as if some major battle had taken place here long enough ago for all of the flesh to be long gone from these creatures' bones.
Well, I think we found where Fandelver's last stand was, as it were.
Yeesh. Doesn't
Uh,
look like anybody came out on top.
sorry if I missed. There are no fresh corpses.
Not with a perception check of 5, there aren't.
Okay.
You're feeling so bad, I'm so sorry.
No, I was just trying to think of what like a dumb thing that I would say about not being able to pay attention.
Like,
Wow.
oh, do you think they're okay?
Do you think those are bodies?
I would say that at this point, a really easy way to explain that away is the fact that there's still something at that door beating on it and making a lot of noise behind you, and that sound is echoing ahead into this next chamber, in addition to the carrying of your own voices.
All right.
Can't wait for those hounds to be released.
Yeah, truly. We've done it to ourselves.
I'm gonna say, could I jab either Glass or Oleander to behind to maybe keep an eye out, just in case that door breaks?
Will do. I will. I mean, I won't be keeping an eye out when I'm climbing up the ladder because that seems like a great way to break my neck. But
Yeah.
at all other points, I will be looking behind us.
There's just
Yeah.
big stairs. You don't even need to climb a ladder, so
Yeah.
you can definitely
Oh,
do this with
okay.
your hands
Well-
occupied, unless you need the rail or a life
I mean,
alert.
if I'm going up backwards, then yes, I'm going to need the rail. How paranoid are we talking here?
Maybe not that paranoid.
Yeah, I think we're fine. But yes, I am keeping an eye on our rear flank.
Yeah.
As you
Let's-
turn back to peer into the room to see which direction you're going to be going, standing at the top of the stairs here, Bree, just up ahead of you, you can see a large rock formation, possibly something fallen or a stalagmite that had been used in the original construction of this building. And one of the boulders at the foot of it shifts.
Oh.
And then raises hunched over, long, gangly arms and legs. And as it looks up, you can see two white dots of reflective backs of eyes staring back at you. And as the mouth opens, this long, far too wide mouth, you just hear... And it sprints directly at you, screeching loudly, and more pour out from behind the rock towards you.
Boy.
Very much aware of your presence. I need everybody to roll for initiative.
We should that friggin' room. Damn it.
We're doing great so far.
Guys, I don't want to fight. I don't want to. I want to
Oh
go.
my god. I got a critical fail. I got a 1.
You trip and fall down the stairs.
God damn it! It's my enemy!
But better.
I am going to hide the
Yeah.
map
Yeah.
for just a quick moment so that I
Better
can set
initiative than a
things up.
death save.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Wow.
We're
So
doing our best.
those silvery. That sounds kind of like how
Oh, the doppelganger
the
eyes.
doppelganger was described on the rooftop.
Yeah.
Shoot. Yeah, that's a good point. Well, yeah. Yeah. We'll see how many there are. And
Yeah, it sounds like more than one.
man, where's Mama Crosha when you need her?
Yeah, Mama Gertha, bring your moonbeam.
I could use some of that soup right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have that
That's-
bandage.
What does that do? I never figured
It
that out.
sounds like it does kind of a similar thing. Gives temporary hit points.
Okay, cool.
Who has it? Did someone?
I do. I have it.
Okay.
Did y'all want some or
Well,
No, not
right
right now.
too late now? But I was gonna wait till we identified the shoes as well. But
yeah, that's a
Yeah,
good idea.
I think.
yeah.
Okay. So, initiative orders for everybody, please, starting with Ambrose.
I got a 12.
Okay. Bree?
18.
18. Glass?
13.
Oleander?
I got a 1 crit fail.
Can
You don't have an initiative bonus?
Buster.
Oh, I do. Oh, I get to include
Yeah.
my initiative bonus.
Yeah, even with
cool.
that.
Then I got a 3. 3.
All right, yeah.
Sick.
Yeah, you cannot critically fail on a
Initiative.
initiative or
Okay,
like a
I get
check.
it.
Yeah.
Then I have a 3.
3, and then Winchester shares yours, is that correct?
Right.
Okay. Which I apparently need reminding of every single time. So,
It's okay.
pressing your way in at the start of the order here, we've got...
Mine's Ripper's initiative.
Let me just go back a quick moment really fast to do something else as well.
Add up
Can
to
you
the pile.
imagine? Ripper is probably back at the
Yeah.
inn.
Yeah. I would
Yeah.
assume so.
I was smart. I would have.
Roleplayed it.
Yeah.
Nope, he's just in your bag.
Yeah, just my perpetual purse pet.
Excuse me, pardon my indigestion today.
I thought that
okay.
was you deciding how to kill all of us.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
All right. With that, top of the order, Winchester and Bree, you've got this. You can barely see the shape of it sticking out of the shadows just ahead of you. Shape lunging directly towards you and screaming its head off, echoing loudly through the cave, mouth hanging open by a thread of a jaw. Very scary. What would you like to do? Let me get some action music again.
Okay. Bree, I think for the moment, just move forward like 10 feet to see if I can get a better view of these folks.
This says it's Winchester's turn, so let me move him so that you can actually see.
Oh, I see.
There we go.
Okay, so I only see the one.
At the moment, you can see at least 2 within the radius of
I
your torchlight here.
Okay. Well, I am going to, since I'm a little halfling and have little baby legs, I'm going to send Winchester forward for a charge attack.
Okay.
Against that first
So Winchester
one.
has used 10 and can now move an additional 25 for a total of 35 feet. Cool.
I think he has 40 total, but yeah, that
Yeah.
charge attack. Yeah, at least 20 feet.
Cool.
Yeah.
So go ahead and roll your attack against this gray-skinned, very much undead creature.
Undead. Okay. Does it look like... Okay. I mean, does it look...
You saw a doppelganger. Because we saw what's her face.
Right.
Oh, they didn't have eyes.
But it's... I mean, it's in some kind of form. Does it look like an undead, like, elf or human or something, or just unclear?
It is hard to say, one, at this distance, and two, because it is sprinting directly at you. With Winchester rushing up to meet it, you have a feeling that you will get a better look very soon.
Yeah, well, old Winchester didn't do great. God, I can't remember what I add to his attacks, if anything. Maybe just his strength.
Should be on your, if you just scroll down in your features and traits, we had a little extra stat block, and if you click on the text about him, or like where his health is, it'll pull up his stat block in the little side window for you.
Okay. So you think just add his strength?
Does he have a proficiency bonus too? Or just...
It'll be in the same section of the stat block where his attack is. It'll say plus something to hit, and that's what you add.
Oh, wait. Okay, so 8 to hit it.
8, unfortunately, as he rushes up, this thing just sort of lifts a hand up and sort of grabs the back of Winchester's head and almost like swim moves him and continues to rush past. Though with Winchester there, he will be able to sort of try to snap his ankles as the thing continues to run at you. Bree, then, what would you like to do? Anything else?
I guess I can. He took an attack, so I'm just going to put up my big old shield and I will take the dodge action.
Okay, sounds good. You pull your shield out, short sword at the ready, cord cutter probably. With that, then, it is one of these creatures in the back. I'm actually just going to swap these two because I feel like it would make more sense to have. Now you at least know where one of them is. One of the one with a higher initiative to be the one at the front because I said it was running at you. So, cool. That one is going to swim move past Winchester and continue to sprint at you. Winchester does get an attack of opportunity if you would like.
Sure. Oh. That is a 14 to hit.
14 is will hit. Yeah, 14 will hit.
Cool. Oh my gosh, these dice. What?
Is he a D6 or a D8?
I think he's a...
I thought. Yeah,
And then, just so we know, we've got Glass up next, and then Ambrose.
I thought Maul was a D8. If that's what it is.
Right. Oh, you are right. I take it back.
Sorry.
That is 7 points of damage.
7 points of damage, nice.
It's dead. But only because
it definitely looks like it took some damage as it continues to rush past and will go try to make an attack at you, Bree. I assume you drop the torch on the ground, or are you holding that instead of your sword?
Yeah, I dropped the torch on the ground.
Okay, so the torch will remain there. We may have to. I'll have to figure something out as far as how the light works in this situation with that. But as it rushes up to you, it is going to try to claw at you. With disadvantage because you are dodging, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that's a total of 14 to hit, which I believe misses you. All right, cool. So as it rushes up in claws, just raking its hands across the heavy spikes on your shield, you can see it's just tearing into its own flesh. Doesn't seem to care or notice at all that it is ripping itself apart on your shield. Okay. With that, then, Glass, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
Okay. Can I...
back out to where you can actually see yourself here.
Yeah, I guess I will... So I haven't even seen the monsters yet, but I heard them, I imagine?
You definitely heard something, and now you can hear basically the same sound that you could hear through the door before of something scary trying to get through Bree's shield, because you can see Bree sort of barely at the top of the stairs, shield up, and yeah.
Okay. I will try to get up next to her to see.
Okay. So there's 25 feet.
Okay.
Well, maybe I won't put you directly in range in case you didn't want to be.
That's... Huh. Yeah, can I move diagonally kind of across the corner there?
Yeah, all like that. That's fine.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's like, ooh.
And now you can see...
Because I've got dark vision.
You have much better dark vision than the torch would allow. You can see more of these creatures sort of back and behind this area. I will go ahead and add those into combat.
Great.
And then
That's... Oh, no. That's...
down the stairs is like a 10-foot escarpment. And in the middle of it, sort of in the distance, the very far reaches, you can see more and more bodies all piled in a massive room sporting 2 long tables that still has like cups and platters all rotting and covered in cobwebs and various states of decay on it. Whatever took place here, whatever sort of massive battle, this was their sort of common area, and it reached this far into their defenses.
Great.
I think I found out what happened to him.
If would I recognize these monsters from legend or lore or anything like that?
Aside from the fact that they are very much some sort of undead creature, it's kind of hard to tell all the variations of that apart, at least on sight.
Okay. So with my dark vision, I can see a total of 5 right now. Is that sound right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay. It's hard to tell a little bit with the pixelation.
Yeah.
Okay.
In a little bit here.
So I would just kind of yell that back to our party members. Just say, I can see 5. 5 monsters.
Oh boy!
They seem undead. And I think then I am going to just use my crossbow and try and hit the one that's come up on Bree already.
Okay.
It looks kind of hurt.
Go for it.
That is an 12.
12 is exactly what you needed to hit.
All right.
All right. You likey.
I would also say from this distance, Bree, the one that is attacking you is was once either a slender human or an elf. Okay. And looking around at some of the others, Glass, since you have much keener eyes, you can see that they are some elves, some humans, some squat dwarven.
Dwarves. Okay. I shoot the one and hit it for 6 damage.
Nice, 6 points of damage. It is bloodied as the arrow just sort of tears through a chunk of its neck that normally it would need for breathing and blood to circulate through its body, but apparently not for this creature. Awesome. Anything else on your turn? Bonus action?
No, that's it.
All right. Let me go ahead and move on to the next turn here. This one is going to rush up and take an attack on Winchester. That's going to be a bite attack for a 5 to hit, which is just not even going to get close. Winchester's too quick and dodges out of the way, not allowing this thing to close its jaws around him. And Ambrose, you are up, followed by a few ghouls, and then Oleander.
Okay. Do I know what these are?
That is just a DM thing. I'm not trying to say names of monsters because it makes it scarier.
Sure.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Can I tell if they're armed?
You cannot from where you are.
Okay.
But if you would like to move up, you might be able to see a little bit better.
Okay.
And remember that you are sort of 10 feet down a stairwell, so you probably can't even see the one that's attacking Bree, aside from maybe just the very back of Bree's head.
If, so my minor technical question, because I don't think it's ever been brought up before.
Sure.
If I'm going through an area that would cause me to be subject to an attack of opportunity, can I react to that?
If the attack of opportunity triggers whatever could trigger that reaction, for example, cool. If you had Oleander's Hellish Rebuke and Oleander took damage from attack of opportunity, yes, you could use your reaction to react to that or something.
Okay, cool. Hearing that there is danger, I would like to use my full movement to sprint up the stairs.
Sure. Get you to right there with 15, and then how much further would you like to go and to where?
Can I go to...
And I will say that if you want, you can do what Glass did and sort of pass through his space like this, avoiding that one entirely.
Okay. Because I want to get over to kind of that other stairs. Kind of to the east of Winchester.
Okay, so you'd like to be on the stairs then?
1 block to the west.
1 block to the west, there.
Okay, cool.
Cool. All right, from there, you can... it's hard to see much because the only light you have is the torch that Bree had dropped at the top of the stairs. But from where you are at the moment, you can see at least 2 of these. The rest of everything to your north, east, and south is all shrouded in darkness for you.
Okay. Seeing the 2 that are here, I want to cast a first level magic missile with 1 on G4 and 2 on G2.
Okay, go for it. And pick whichever rolling method you would like, one or individual.
I'll just do individual.
Okay, so tell me where the first one is going. Is that the first one to G4 then?
Sorry?
First one to G4?
Yeah,
right.
that'll be a 4 points of damage.
4 points of damage, nice. Definitely looks like it does something as Bree, the arcane missile, slams it in the back of the head, and its head sort of bashes off the front of your shield. No additional damage from that, but you sort of knocks you back, and you think it's lunging to bite at you for a moment.
5 and 4.
All right, 5 and 4, so a total of 9 to G2.
Yeah.
All right, and that is just enough to bloody it as well as the 2 other darts in almost a pincher movement and sort of knock a chunk of flesh off of the shoulder, and the other a big sort of large open hole now in the stomach.
Okay, cool.
All right. That is your full movement and action. Do you have any bonus actions you want to do?
No, I think I'm good.
Okay.
I have a reaction.
Gotcha. Cool then. G1, back somewhere back here where you probably couldn't see them, is going to also rush up and take a bite at Winchester's for being there tanking the situation at the moment. That is that's a 15 to hit.
That'll hit.
Okay. That's going to be a total of 5 points of piercing damage as it sort of locks its jaws around a chunk of his fur and then just pulls back, getting mostly fur, but Winchester does let out that sort of in pain. Nobody likes to see the dog get hurt. And then lastly, coming around this side of the rock with a speed of 30, can it get to you?
I'll kill you.
It barely can get to you, Ambrose. This one is going to try to unleash these long, claws at you that you can see almost like bony protrusions growing out of the fingers. Very fun.
I don't like that.
That's a 15 to hit.
That hits, but what were you gonna say?
Well,
It's like I said before. If you want to use that reaction, it's okay, because I know the Discord delay is really hard to call that out before somebody says if it hits or not.
but I don't know if you were going to use a reaction as well, Ambrose. So
I have a reaction, but if you have one that you like more, I don't know.
this seems impossible for.
I would
Seems like
say
you feel
in this situation, I'll have the both of you just roll a straight dexterity check, and whoever has a higher roll will be the person who reacts to this first.
Okay.
That's very... Wow. Okay. 11.
5. So.
Okay,
Oh.
so that would mean you, Ambrose, get your reaction first, and Glass, you would notice that in time to hold yours unless you feel it's needed.
Yeah. So go ahead.
I want to use shield
Okay.
for my staff of defense to defend myself
Okay.
from death.
That would be good.
The Staff of Defense is a little weird in that it only lets you cast Shield as an action before your turn,
No,
but
it says one reaction.
on the spell, but not on the staff, because on the staff it says as an action you can expend a charge. It's really messed up. I had to look up the rules. It's super dumb. But what I'm trying to say is I think that rule is dumb, and I'm just going to let you use it as a reaction. So I just wanted to clarify for
Thank
those
you.
watching the stream that I understand the rules. I just think they're dumb. Because even
was gonna
like
say that makes
Jeremy
sense.
Crawford, the guy who like writes the rules for D&D, was like, it's confusing. I know. And it's like, then fix it.
Why did you? You're the one who made it.
Yeah.
Homie.
If only there was some way to make it better.
Only there is some way to find out.
Yeah. It does
but-
make it very overpowered, but you're getting higher up in level, so it's fine.
And I mean, it costs me 2 charges from my staff, which are in very limited supply. So
Yeah.
Okie dokie. So you cast Shield, bringing your armor class up to
18.
18, forcing the claw attack to miss you. As it goes in, it just bounces off of however you want to describe your shield spell.
Since it's a new one, I imagine it's probably not incredibly well formed in my wizard's mind. So at the moment, it would just be like a little like shimmery bubble.
Okay, yeah, so as this sort of shimmering arcane ward appears around you, you watch as this thing lashes off, and where it touches just for a brief moment, there's just small flashes of light, almost like touching one of those little balls with the zappy things inside of them.
You get me. Yeah.
Cool. So that you managed to avoid that, and you have that bonus to AC until the start of your next turn, which is awesome.
Yep.
So moving on now, Oleander, you are up, and I am dumb and forgot to. And there goes the stream, everybody. Isn't that fun?
Hey!
Sorry, my D&D program crashed because I pushed a button wrong.
The DM cast big again.
Oh, big head mode.
There we go.
Oh, no.
We should be back now.
Oh, my eyes.
Oh, that's many.
That is many. Why
not
is this?
you.
Why is this doing
I
it?
thought that was.
Oh, I'm not looking.
Oh, my
Oh, we're
dear.
staying here. We're staying here.
We'll be right back. I would love to know why my computer just decided to take a toot. Let's try to just turn off my broadcast. And now it's coming through the speakers. That's fun.
Whoops.
La la la. Whenever you're ready, it's back online. Yeah, I was like, why does that look so bright? And you said my eyes, and I was like, what? Oh. Because my view on my screen is not much different than that. So it took me a minute to realize that there's a little bit of a problema. And no longer is everybody too big. We are back in business and appropriately sized for the stream and resuming our turns here. So let's do this and
All right.
enter these little
Yes.
fools
There we go.
into combat. And they will become active on the next round. With that, Oleander, it is... we just had 3 go. Actually, 6 did just roll in their initiative. What's your dexterity modifier?
Fine.
Yes.
Okay. My dexterity modifier is +2.
+2. Okay, so that is a tie. We're going to do another little roll off, so just roll a straight dexterity check.
Okay. I got a dirty 20.
And unfortunately, it got a natural 20, so a total of 22.
Oh,
So it will go first.
What?
As it,
Ah!
I know,
Right.
shitty. As it rushes in, it has about gets right up to here and will attack you again, Ambrose, with a bite attack for a total of 15. Yet again, bouncing off of your arcane ward, getting a lot of mileage out of that, and impromptu wizard tank. With that, then, Oleander, down here at the bottom of the stairs, you're up. What would you like to do?
All right. Well, first thing I'm gonna do is power jog right up those stairs so I can survey the damage.
That puts you at 25 feet right there without getting an attack of opportunity. Where would you like to go?
Yeah, I will. Let's see.
Music's out.
I want some room to move here. So I'm
Music
going
is
to
not
cross
working?
over 10 feet over to the northeast on the other. So I'm on the other side of glass.
And your movement is 30 or 35?
My movement is.
That was.
I believe it is 30. Yeah.
So that's 25 right there. I'll let you and Glass switch places if you want to, but you cannot get to the other side of it.
And
quite.
then I'll just stay where I am.
Okay.
Okay. Wow, this sucks.
Welcome
But
to.
but now that we see that these freaky deaky creatures are people shaped, I can pull out. Well, no, I don't know if I want to pull that out just yet. I don't know how deep. Well, if we're taking a rest later, it's fine. Fuck it. Might as well put on a little show for the viewers. I'm going to whip out a spell that I haven't gotten to use yet. I would like to select. Let's go with. Yeah. Let's go with G3.
Okay.
Harassing my poor member of the horny crew, Ambrose.
Save me.
Yes.
single two.
And I'm going to cast upon it Crown of Madness.
Okay.
One humanoid of my choice that I can see within range must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or become charmed by me for the duration. While the target is charmed in this way, a twisted crown of jagged iron appears on its head, and a madness glows in its eyes. The charmed target must use its action before moving on each of its turns to make a melee attack against a creature other than itself that I mentally choose.
Oleander, I will say, you knowing the spell would probably know that this is an undead and not a humanoid. It is a humanoid no longer.
Yeah, they don't count.
So
Okay.
I would, just to be nice, DM, save you your spell slot and
Bummer.
give you a different option.
Boo, Evans.
Yeah.
Break the roof.
Evan sucks. Evan sucks.
Oh,
Okay, that just means that when I do get to use Crown of Madness, it's going to be even cooler.
That's
Oh, yeah.
exactly right. I'm so sorry.
Don't sweat it. Okay, in that case, let me actually do a different thing, and I am going to spend my turn to do a support action for once,
Okay.
and cast. I'm going to cast first level mage armor on glass right next to me.
Okay.
I touch a willing creature who isn't wearing armor, and a protective magical force surrounds it until the spell ends. The target's base AC becomes 13 plus their dexterity modifier. What is your dex modifier?
I also think you're wearing armor.
I am.
Then never
I-
mind that either.
I'm so
Yeah.
sorry. I'm making this really hard on you.
It doesn't work if somebody's wearing armor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Take 3. Eldritch Blast.
There we go.
All reliable.
Reliable.
We're going to go for G4, and I'm going to try to knock him back, too.
Okay, sounds good. I'm so sorry about that.
That is fine. I do what I can.
We're learning and growing.
We are learning and
Okay.
growing. Also, I want to remind everybody that this is this group's first, well, maybe not first, but for many of them, very first, D&D campaign. Others haven't played a long time, so this is a learning experience for all of us.
Yeah. So I got an 18 on that.
18 will definitely hit. Go ahead and roll some Eldritch Blasted damage.
Okay, that's going to be 1d10 plus 4, which is... Did I seriously get a 1? Okay, it's going to be 5 points of force damage, plus it gets knocked back 10 feet.
5 points of force damage.
Yeah.
This thing is blown back 10 feet, collides with that stalagmite sticking out of the floor. Roll a d4 for me.
Okay.
Uh-oh. God. Hope this isn't roll for cave-in.
Roll.
That's going to be a 1.
1.
I'm rolling
It takes
ones left and right tonight.
1 additional point of bludgeoning damage from slamming into the stalagmite and is miraculously still on its last legs.
Holy
as it
shit.
slithers its back up the stalagmite, then leans forward back into its hunched posture. You can see the front of it now in the torchlight is just completely torn up from just pressing itself against the jagged front of Bree's shield.
Fucking beefy. Has at least 23 hit points. Sorry. It's just insane.
So,
Okay.
Oleander, anything else on your turn? You have your bonus action at this point.
I am going to...
And I guess if you want, you have 5 more feet of movement.
I guess I'll move up a foot, because that monster is no longer there.
'Kay.
So I get a little bit better view of the action.
You do. Alrighty. With that, then, we are back at the top of the order with this furthest one that did not get a turn on the first round of combat here. It is going to run Screeching, 15, and another 15. That is actually... It would probably just dash, and then rushing up to the top of the stairs, 10... yeah,
Hey,
it'll just
Ambrose.
stay there. That does not get an action.
Wait! Oh man, this would be a perfect time to use Ice Knife.
Yeah.
God.
Hurt yourself with it for once.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'll
But you
die.
guys get your
Like
defense up, you'll be fine.
All right, we have Winchester followed by,
Maybe Mage Armor,
or sorry, I guess
fine.
Winchester and Bree shared turn at this moment.
Right. So I think Bree will start off with just charging after that boy that just got knocked away from her.
Okay. As you pound across the old and broken sort of stone tile floor towards this thing, you can now definitely see the sort of edge of this combat area that you are in. What do you want to do?
I am going to take a swing at this thing with cord cutter.
Go for it.
It's a no.
It's a 9? Oh. It is a 16 to hit.
That definitely hits. Roll some damage.
Okay. Oh my gosh, these fucking dice. 6 points of damage.
How do you want to do this?
All right.
One left.
Okay.
That's why I had you roll a d4 because it had 2 hit points, and I was like, you got a 50-50 chance of killing this thing.
I'm so sorry.
Boy. Seeing that it's like still kind of knocked back against this stalagmite, I'll never remember.
Stalagmite, G from ground, going up. And stalactite, C from the ceiling.
Stalactite
Now
has
you
the
know.
word tit in it, and tits hang.
Tits hang.
There's that too.
Yeah, that's a better one.
Now I'll remember.
It works.
Yeah.
It works.
I feel like that was like the perfect illustration of when you have like the one parent who's just like very strict, the other one's like, nah, hang on, this is how you remember it. Amazing.
Oh my
Okay.
gosh.
As this thing dies in front of you, to cord cutter, you want to describe how that is, and then let me know what you want to do next?
Yeah. I will just overhand cord cutter and just like pin it through its undead ribcage to the stalagmite.
Okay, yeah. So as you're running up, you flip cord cutter around in your hand and just sort of using the shield to give yourself momentum to follow through, pound through, and cord cutter's like sort of upturned tip just punches through this thing's skull and then hits solid rock, and the shockwaves kind of hurt your wrist for a moment as you pull it out with all of this sort of black Icarus blood slinging it to the floor, and the thing sort of slumps and slides down the stalagmite. You have the rest of your movement and your other attack still if you want it. Or your bonus action, I mean.
I will. Right. Oh, right. Okay. I will. I don't think I have that much. I'm just gonna run up right behind Winchester.
Okay. So
think.
let's see. You moved 5, 10, 15, 20.
Okay.
You could get next to him.
I could. Do I want to?
Oh, yeah.
Because I might have him dodge. Yeah. I'm gonna stick. No, I'll move up next to Winchester.
Okay.
I'll tank with him, and then Winchester will take the dodge action.
Okay. Sounds good. And then your other attack, you have your bonus action still.
Oh, right, I do.
So either Winchester or yourself.
Wait, what's that?
Yeah, I would say Winchester will have advantage because of pack tactics, since he's in wolf form, isn't he?
He is. Oh my
wait,
gosh.
does wolf form get pack tactics? I think it does.
I don't think it
so
does.
because
It doesn't.
he's
Okay, sorry.
not a real wolf.
There's too many dungeon master facts in my brain.
Nice, dude.
I will I'll take a hit with what do we call the bulwark of the tyrant.
Cool, go for it. So, roll your attack against this thing.
Oh wait, I can.
Oh, yeah.
Halfling luck.
Yeah.
Bye natural ones.
Insane.
17 to hit.
17 definitely hits. Go ahead and roll some damage. And you're attacking G2, I assume?
Yes.
Cool. This one had already taken 2 magic missile hits from Ambrose prior and is looking bloodied at the moment.
Okay, and it takes 5 more points of damage.
Okay, cool. So, and that was the 2d4 plus your strength modifier?
Oh,
Plus,
oh right, strength modifier.
Oh,
is
that's
0.
right. Okay, cool. So 5 more points of damage. The thing is still up, but it is looking really, really rough at this point. Good job. With that, okay, I hit equals. There we go. With that, we now have the last of our friends late to the party rushes around the rock here, screaming much like the rest of them as it sort of spits out a long bone that it had been gnawing on. Distracted late from its meal. It will rush up to you, Bree. And it's going to take a claw attack at you. That's a 23 to hit.
Oh, that definitely hits.
Okay, so 9 points of slashing damage to you. Rolled really well. And then I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, as where it sort of slashes at your skin, you can feel something begin to creep under the surface.
Okay. 7.
7. As you feel this sort of scratch on the side of your body, you feel your jaw tighten up to the point where you can't talk, and then you feel your neck tighten up, and your entire body is now paralyzed for 1 minute. You will be able to make another save to get out of this at the end of your next turn, but at the moment, you are indeed paralyzed.
Woo!
what does paralyzed mean in terms of getting hit?
Paralyzed. Attack rolls against the creature have advantage, and any attack that hits the creature is a critical hit if the attacker is within 5 feet, which these things will be. So.
This is good.
Sick and chill.
It's all right.
All right.
I got Winchester
So.
to protect me.
That's that creature's turn. You have Glass up next, followed by the most damaged of these creatures, and then Ambrose.
Okay. Who? A doggy.
When you rolled Constitution, it was a saving throw and not just a Constitution check, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
I am going to. G1 would be coming up soon. Okay. I'm going to cast hit on G1, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah,
G1 has
G1.
not been hit. G2 is the one that looks almost dead.
Oh, sorry,
Proceed.
that's what I meant.
Yeah.
G2.
Okay. And you're shooting your crossbow?
Yeah, I'll
Okay.
shoot the crossbow.
Shooty crossbow.
Shooty the crossbow. 18.
That'll definitely hit. Roll some damage.
9.
9. How do you want to do this?
I would like to shoot its
Dang.
head off of its still body.
Okay. As this thing goes to come in for a bite at you, Bree, you just see right through the roof of the mouth, its head snaps backwards and just tumbles across the floor into darkness behind you. You are safe from one potentially horrible attack as your body is frozen. Your eyes just kind of try to scan the scene as best you can. All right. Then you have your bonus action, your movement class if you want it. And then Ambrose, you're up next.
I could. Would it be an action to try to bait the attention of G5?
Yeah, that would be the help action.
Yeah. Okay. I will. I guess I will simply say, Ambrose, kill these guys or they're gonna kill Bree, and give Ambrose. Yeah, but Bree is paralyzed. And I will give Ambrose you a bardic inspiration.
Okay, sounds good. That
What
Ambrose.
die is?
It's a D6, which you can add to a hit or to damage.
Spell damage only.
Spell damage.
Okay. Which is great because that's what I'm going to do. I would like to back up. Let's say. Let's go 2 blocks to the west, so I'm south of Bree.
Okay, so it's going to be 3 attacks of opportunity against you.
Okay.
Yeah, that's like a lot.
Yeah.
No, you know what? Let's go risky. I'm gonna cast Ice Knife while I'm right here.
Okay.
I mean,
And we're gonna see.
Baby!
Shit's rough.
You can
right
you
here.
can shield yourself with a reaction from your own spell, just so you know.
Oh.
So all you have to do at this moment is hope that you roll somewhere between that mysterious number of their AC and your AC with shield, and no higher and no lower. So fun gamble. Go ahead and just roll your damage. Actually, no, it's an attack roll on one of them first, correct? And then damage afterwards. Okay.
I'm gonna go for G3.
Okay.
So it'll be everything in that five square.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Nice. Hitting
If
4
you
at a
pull this
time.
off, this is gonna be so sick.
Yeah.
Do it up.
Okay, so that's a attack roll you said?
It is an attack roll. Yeah.
spell attack.
Spell attack.
No. Damn,
Oh,
if
yeah.
you could have the damage to the explosion.
That's a 19.
Oh, baby.
19 will hit. Go ahead and roll damage for the initial attack.
Okay.
And then I will begin to roll these, I believe, dexterity saving throws for the creatures.
It's on a hit. They take dexterity. It's a dexterity saving throw, or they take 2d cold damage.
2D.
2D. What?
2d6.
Okay.
And you could add your.
I was gonna say I want to use the bardic inspiration for the.
So on a hit, the target takes 1d10. So roll your d10 for the
Yeah.
first target, and then we'll deal with
Okay.
everybody else first. That's what I was trying to do.
Okay.
A lot of shit.
It's a little confusing.
Yeah.
This may be the best ice knife I've ever seen.
Finally, some good
Well, I gotta-
fucking
I-
ice knife.
I got a 6, so.
I will say that you do have to roll this spell attack with disadvantage because you do have a lot of stuff within 5 feet of you. The same way any ranged attack would be. So roll one more d20.
So, okay.
Could use the inspiration there.
Yes, you definitely may.
Okay, cool. Well, I rolled it, so I don't know if I can now.
Oh, no. Well, what did you roll? You could,
I rolled a 16.
okay, and you could add the bardic inspiration on top of that if you think you needed it to hit. But I think we know that their AC is not that good.
I think
I have already told you what their AC is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
You're
I'm
good.
fine. I'm fine.
Yeah.
Okay,
There's a
cool.
lot of numbers. Okay,
yeah,
I'm an
so
artist.
that does hit.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
go ahead and roll your d10. Sorry, I just had to make sure that we were doing the disadvantage for the close attacks there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I rolled that D10.
Yes.
Do you want me to do it again with?
What? Yeah.
Bardic
What'd you roll? No,
Inspiration?
you don't need to roll it.
Oh,
with
I
anything.
rolled a 6.
Oh, you rolled a 6. Do you want to add the bardic inspiration to the damage? You can do that.
Well,
Yeah. Let me do that.
Would that count for just the initial damage, or
Yes.
the damage and then the blowback?
Just the
It's
initial
just.
damage.
well, you could use it on either, I think.
Well, I don't think it'll.
It would only
stack.
apply to one of the targets,
Okay.
Yeah.
even if it's an
Yeah,
AoE.
that's a. Yeah. Which is fine because I rolled a 5. So.
Okay,
Oh,
so
yeah.
11 points of ice damage to the first one, and then they all need to make their saves. That bloodies G3, and then in order, does this include the target and each creature must make a dexterity saving? Okay, cool. So for G5, let's figure out what their dex mod is. Okay, that is a 19, so it saves probably. What's your? Just tell me what your spell save DC is, and I'll just tell you if they succeed or fail as I go.
15.
15. Okay, so G5 succeeds, G3 succeeds with a natural 20, G7 fails, and G6 also fails. So 2d6, and they both take the same amount.
Oh. Yeah, cool. God, shit.
Bam. Big
Big damage.
Ambrose.
6.
Second.
And that's a 2.
So 8 points
So
of damage to. Oh, and then
Yeah.
I also need to roll for. No, I already did that. Okay, cool. 6 points of damage. Do they take half as much on a failed save? No, it's just or take it or not. Cool. Huge turn. A total of. What's that? 19 points of damage, 17 points of damage across the board.
Oh.
That's
That's
pretty good.
good.
Oh, yeah.
No,
Damn good ice knife.
23 across the board. Great for a turn. All right, you have bonus action movement. I assume that you would like to hang on to those.
Yeah, I'll hang on.
Okay, cool. With that, then, number 1 up here is going to attack Winchester, being already engaged with him. That is a that's a 13 to hit for another bite, which I think misses him, right? Cool. Number 3 here is going to attack you, Ambrose, with a natural 20.
Ow.
This is a bite attack again for a total of. I'm just going to double whatever I roll. A total of 20 points of damage.
Oh.
It's too late to use my reaction, isn't it? Or no, I did.
You already did.
Yeah.
Well, it was just your turn, so you got your reaction back as soon as your turn happened.
Oh, okay.
Oh, thank God.
Can we shield it up again?
Not on a natural
it
20,
won't.
unfortunately.
Oh, not on a 20?
Natural 20
Well,
always hits.
Ow, my friends, come save me.
Yeah.
Okay, are you still up?
I'm up, but it's not good.
Okay.
Yeah.
I need help.
That sucks.
Number 6 here is going to. This one is looking rough. So G3 and G6 are bloodied from the ice knife damage, just so that you know. G6 being a little bit more worse for wear. It is also going to try to bite at you with a 17 to hit.
Oh, that hits me.
Unless you would like to use shield, which will bring your AC up to 18.
Or you could die.
Yeah.
Yeah, or you could perish.
It's the thing is, I only have so many of these.
Right.
No, you know what? Yeah, I'd rather not die.
You only have one life.
Yep.
I only have one life to live.
Yeah,
Okay. So.
that takes precedence.
As you again bring up the arcane ward, this thing just sort of clanks its teeth off of it and recoils and hisses at you. Safe from possibly a felling blow, Oleander, you are up. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna sprint up northeast, right behind Ambrose, 10 feet. No.
Right behind him?
Directly behind Ambrose.
Okay.
One square to the left, just so I'm not next to any of the monsters.
Okay.
There we go. Right behind him. Perfect.
Cool.
And I'm going to wave and flourish my Devil's Horn and cast Mage Armor upon Ambrose.
Okay, there you go. Did
because
you
I
not
know
have
for a
Mage
fact-
Armor on yourself already, Ambrose? I thought you cast it before we went into the dungeon. Did you not? Am I losing it? Okay,
No.
cool. Then
No.
No, yeah. And I know
No
he's
set.
not wearing armor because he's a
Definitely
magic
not.
user like me. So,
Cool.
Just a little guy.
yeah.
So
Okay.
to make this calculation easy, Ambrose, just go into add equipment, and you can find an item that I made in D&D Beyond called Mage Armor, and if you equip that, it'll
of
do the
course.
math for you for your AC.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Do you want?
And just make sure after you add it to your inventory, you equip it to actually change your AC.
Okay.
And yeah, then obviously don't forget to unequip it when it goes away, but it lasts for 8 hours, so you should be good for a while.
So,
Cool.
so does this? So I have shield until my next turn.
Shield increases your AC by 5 based
Yeah,
on whatever
by
your
5.
AC is.
So
what is
now
your...
that it's 21 now,
Pretty dope.
so I won't die. Thank you.
Yeah, very cool.
Tanked up wizard.
And that's why Mage Armor is really good for mages like you, Ambrose.
Don't
Ding.
just attack people. I can
Um,
also help.
Okay, cool. That is your action, Oleander. You have your bonus action movement if you want it.
Yeah, I'm gonna back up a little bit.
You should.
I'm gonna back up to due west, about 10 feet.
Okay, there.
No, there. That's good.
Cool.
Perfect.
Awesome. And as we push into our third round of combat here, we're going to go ahead and take a quick break because we are one turn away from seeing if Bree is no longer paralyzed. So,
Oh boy.
thank you all so much for watching so far. We'll be back. It is 8:27. We'll be back at 8:45, making a nice round, easy to remember number. About 15-minute break here. Go ahead and check out our website, thehelpaction.com. It's got links where you can donate. You can follow us on social media. If you're just now joining us, please check out our YouTube. That's all of our old series. And yeah, thank you for being here with us. We will see you in 15. Anything else anybody wants to bring up before we do that? Cool deal.
Ooh, I hope we don't die.
Go
Hope they don't
donate.
die either. Donate to Translot Center. Bye. See you in a minute. Welcome back, everybody. It is episode 23 of the Help Action, and we are deep in combat in Wave Echo Cave against a horde of undead monsters that are wrecking some pretty serious havoc on the party at the moment. We've got Ambrose down to bare sliver of health, and Bree is currently paralyzed from some sort of undead nasty toxin that slipped in through one of these creatures' claws. So we are starting back at the top of our third round of combat, jumping right in without too much ado here, since I do want to make sure we get through as much as we can tonight. So, top of the order, one of these creatures is going to attack you again here, Ambrose, with a claw attack. And that is going to be a total of 17 to hit, which I believe bounces off of your, now with mage armor, 21 AC. Hugely
Safe.
important. Shield saving you big time here. All right, with that then, Winchester and Bree, go ahead and do what you would like to do. And we'll say whatever the very last thing you do on your turn will be your con save.
Okay. Bree is just standing there. Winchester, seeing his companion struck down. I don't know.
Nice.
Okay, I said companion. He's going to. He will run up to where G2 just ate it.
Okay.
Kind of get between all the baddies and Bree, and then he will take an attack at G5. Right there.
Okay, go for it.
Oh God! Wow. Why does he roll so
He
low on
sucks.
attacks all the time? That is a 9 to hit.
9 unfortunately does not hit. He assumes this defensive posture, and in doing so does not necessarily position himself great for an attack, and leaves himself flanked. Flanked? Yeah, I would say you're both kind of flanked right now. That's no
Wait,
fun.
really?
I thought it had to be directly across.
If
but
you
I don't.
draw a line from the center of G5 to the center of G1, it passes through Bree's square. And it also passes through Winchester's square.
Wow, that's dog.
So,
Well, they already have advantage against me,
Yeah,
so it
I
doesn't.
mean-
that's true.
I-
You can't get any worse than it is. So
Yeah.
go ahead now, if there's nothing else to do on your turn here, roll your Constitution saving throw to see if you can shake off whatever sort of toxin is locking up the muscles and joints in your body.
Nat 20.
Nice! Yes, you shed it off without any problem, and as your body begins to loosen up, you are now no longer paralyzed, and thankfully, any attack against you is now not an auto-critical. Cool.
Big deal.
Well, as long
Okay.
as it hits, of course, but
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Moving on then, since that was the end of your turn, unfortunately, you do remain paralyzed for your turn, but you shake it off at the end. It is now the one that is closest to you, which, unfortunately, due to being flanked, does still have advantage on the attack against, I will say, in this case, pick high or low for yourself, Bree.
I'll take high.
Take high. Okay, it is a 13, so it is going to attack you. So with advantage, that is... I rolled a 3 and a 4, so that misses you. Moving on then, we now have Glass followed by Ambrose. So Glass first, Ambrose next. What do you want to do, Glass?
Okay.
You see as Bree's body unlocks and resumes almost a more comfortable posture.
I am going to look at my surrounded friends. Look at my little wizard friend, my very powerful wizard friend, surrounded. Say, pull my vial of blood from my bag and say, "Ye shall suck," and cast a bloody mist over G3, 6, and 7 and try and cast Bane on them.
Cool. And then that is a wisdom saving throw?
Charisma.
Charisma. Nice. Okay.
Mind.
They're so charismatic. You don't even know. All right. So for G3, that is a natural 20 for a total of 18. They have a -2. A 14. What's your spell save DC?
14.
So that one also makes it for 7. And then finally for number 6, holy shit, another natural 20. I do not know what's happening right now. I'm so sorry.
You cannot be sorry enough.
I'm smiling, so you're right. I love this to death.
Absolute horseshit. I throw the vial of blood at them and say, "Fuck you guys."
It just like shatters and tink across the floor. Ambrose, you hear cursing under glass breath from directly behind
Blood
you.
everywhere.
You have your bonus action, your movement still, if you would like it.
I can bonus action administer a potion.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go up and do that on Ambrose and on the diagonal there.
Okay, so from right here, you feel as a hand sort of clasps over the top of your shoulder, Ambrose, and then something gets sort of pushed into the front of your mouth.
Chew.
My potion's all lumpy, then chew it.
Chew the potion. All right, I believe I have 2 of those. Yes. And that's 2d4. Okay.
Boy, I always just imagine giving a potion to somebody else as like the cooler of Gatorade on the football field.
You get 8.
That's how I want potions to be administered from now on. You said 8 hit points back?
Yeah.
Okay, which puts you at a total of 13, correct?
Yeah.
Awesome. Much better than you were.
Much more than 5.
Cool.
Much more.
So, you still have the rest of your movement, and that was your bonus action if you want it. You have only moved at this point 10 feet.
I will move diagonal northwest 2 more spaces, 10 more feet.
To there?
Yeah.
Cool. All right, then. With that, Ambrose, you are now up. Refreshed and full of potion. What would you like to do? And at this point, as your turn begins, your arcane ward shimmers out of existence, leaving you exposed again.
Yeah.
But the mage armor, right?
The mage armor stays. That's 8 hours, yeah.
Okay.
Mage.
And then, Ambrose, we've got a couple of ghouls after you, little creepy guys, and then we've got Oleander at the end here, so know what you're
I'm
gonna
actually kind of
do.
glad I rolled low in that initiative.
It's not
It's kind of helpful to not have them all bunched up at once. You can
Yeah.
react a little bit better.
Yeah. If I were able to distract one of them and then move, would that allow me to escape their action of opportunity, or?
If you wanted to use the disengage action, you could walk away from all of them without taking attack of
Oh!
opportunity. But that is your action.
Yeah. I would love to do that.
Okay. So as you disengage, where would you like to go to?
I would like to go. You know what? Put me directly east of G4.
Okay. As you break from this horde of creatures that have descended upon you, sort of slapping away attacks, defending some of them away with your staff pilfered from the belongings of Iarno Albrecht, you are now safe on the other side of the room as they snap hungrily at you. Cool. Any bonus action on your turn or further movement?
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Okay, cool. Then G1 here. Give me another high or low, Bree.
I'll take low this time.
It is high, so it's going after Winchester with advantage. Wow. Last time, as you recall, I rolled a 3 and a 4. This time, however, I rolled a 4 and a 4.
Oh, baby.
Okay.
All the nat 20s on your Bane, but just nothing to hit pre-Winchester, of course, so that's fine.
Yeah.
Cool. With that, then, number 3 is going to rush to... Probably the closest person would be you, Glass, and it's going to make a claw attack against you for a total of 16 to hit.
That shall hit.
Okay, so that's going to be 7 points of slashing damage to you, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
What's the worst that could happen?
Probably fine.
What could possibly go wrong?
Sorry, 7 damage, you said?
7 points of damage.
All right, baby. He needs a new pair of body. Oh! I'm paralyzed with a 3.
Oh, yep, that will do it. Total of 3?
Total of 3.
Yeah.
Total of 3. Okay, you are paralyzed as you feel the claws rake across your chest and that same paralytic poison begin to spread through and your jaw tightens. It
My turn.
feels the way you would expect rigor mortis to feel.
Dude.
With that, then, number 6 is going to rush to its nearest combatant, which would be you, Oleander, and it is going to make
We can all
a
get paralyzed
bite
and just
attack
pray
at
to death.
you with a 16 to hit.
That will hit.
Okay, that is going to be 11 points of piercing damage to you as it rushes forward and just bites down hard on just the meat of the outside of your shoulder.
I'd like to cast Hellish Rebuke, please.
Go for it.
Oh.
Dex save.
Okay.
1 sec, let me pull my spells.
It fails anyways. I rolled a 6, so go ahead and roll your damage.
Yeah, it's a dex save of 14. So, you have to take, oh dear. Yeah, I'm going to be casting that with the pack slot. So, that's going to be 3d10 of damage.
What?
On that bloody creature.
Make.
It's not bloodied, I don't think.
I will just let you know this is the one that had been hit with the ice knife to the point of being on its last legs already.
Oh,
So-
okay. Maybe I won't do that.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's up to you.
Then I just...
You still
I'll
may,
do,
but yeah.
I will do 2d10 of damage rather than 3. Because if it's on its last legs, then
Yeah.
why not?
Aren't all of your spell slots are the same level?
Oh yeah. Okay, 3d10, baby. Let's
Yeah.
do this.
Wait, unless it's with your tiefling thing, does it require a spell slot if it's your racial?
If it's racial, no. But I'm using my spell slot for it first because I like to have
Okay.
one in the pocket just in case.
Gotcha. Okay, then yeah, pick whichever one you would like to do. If it's your
I have
spell
I have two
slot
of them.
is
I have
3d10.
one that came with it, and then I picked an extra one so that
Gotcha.
I always have 2 charges of it.
Cool.
Because I'm a paranoid bitch.
It's good.
Yeah,
And
cool.
it's
So
nice
that's
to
gonna be,
call upon the flames of the unknown to strike down the enemies.
That's going to be 3d10.
Go for it.
So 4. That's a 5. That's a 3. So that's 12 points of fire damage.
You fucking incinerate this thing. How do you want to do this?
It goes. It like bites my arm like really deep, and I'm like I yank it out of its mouth, and then I just go like, and like. It's like a pyrotechnic at like a monster truck festival. It just goes like.
And in the burst of bright flame in the darkened cavern, I will say that all of you get a big view of the room outside. Glass being the only one that is actually facing that direction, and probably Ambrose, even though you don't have dark vision. Glass, you can definitely see out across this long room with the tables in it. All of the stuff sort of still strewn across it from whoever had died here last. On the far side of the room, you can see another set of stairs up onto a similar platform.
I tell my friends that I can see a set of stairs by moaning and drooling.
Oh, You can't see anything because you can probably see it as you guys go.
But yeah.
Guys, you see it from the sunken place.
And you go, okay.
If I can see it, I communicate this.
I would say, given that bright flash of light, your dark vision, lack of dark vision doesn't really impede you. Yeah, you can see that. That's fine. Cool. Oleander, it is now your actual turn. What would you like to do?
Well, I'm gonna take a step to the left. Just
2
5
hops
feet
this
to the
time.
square to the left. I'm gonna charge up my Eldritch Blast, and I'm gonna kind of aim it like I'm about to release a bowling ball down an alley.
Oh, yeah.
Just with real guided intent. My plan, if I can call my shot, is to hit G3 into G5 and knock them both clear of Glass, Bree, and Winchester.
Okay, so I will say, in order to do this, if you hit G3 and do the damage, it automatically knocks it back. In that case, I will have G5 make a dexterity saving throw against your spell save DC to see if it is also pushed back. If it is not, neither of them are pushed back because G5 will hold its ground.
Totally fair.
Okay, cool, let's do it.
But if I can do it,
If you can do it, it's dope.
oh, that'll be so great.
Cool.
Okay. So,
Like a
let me
rail
roll
gun
that.
here.
Yeah, I'm envisioning a cue ball scenario.
Oh my god. That's going to be a 25 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit. Okay, so dex save for G5 then against, what is your spell save DC?
My spell save DC. One sec. Oh,
It should be under the spells tab.
Yeah, top of your spells tab, top right.
Oh, yeah, sorry, I'm blind. It's 14.
14. Unfortunately, natural 17 plus some. So
Okay.
neither of them are knocked back, but G3 does take the full damage of your Eldritch Blast. Go ahead and roll that.
All right, so that's going to be a 1d10 plus 4, which is still nothing to sneeze at. Oh no, it is something to sneeze at. That's going to be a 1, so it'll be 5 points of damage.
5 points of damage.
Listen, it's more than 0.
I just vaporized somebody. I feel like I can take.
You're feeling a little drained. Your chutzpah all went into the last one, and you need a moment to
Fine.
recover. All right, cool. G3 is blasted and knocked backwards, but sort of uprighted almost by the sturdier body of its unharmed companion behind it. With that, we're back to the top of the order with number 7 here, as it is going to rush towards... I guess seeing the next opening would be over in this direction. Ambrose and Oleander, high or low, one of you, please.
I'll go high.
And it's a natural 20 again. I don't know how this is happening, but that means it's hitting you.
That's
So
a fine place for a 20 to go.
Yeah.
it is going to then attack you with a different roll of 3 and miss terribly. So everything is coming up Millhouse for these guys at this point. Winchester and Bree, you have your shared turn.
All right. Being unparalyzed now, Bree is going to take a swing at the one south of her.
Okay, go for it.
3.
That one is looking very rough at the moment.
Cool. Oh shit. Okay, no, that's fine. I think 14 to hit.
14 does hit. It is.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. You exceed its armor class by a ways.
All right. We like that. That is 10 points of damage.
10 points of damage. Tell me how you kill this thing.
All right. Even though it's extremely undead and this probably does nothing because I'm so much shorter than it, I'm gonna like kick it between the legs, and then like when it goes down onto its knees, I'll just sword up through its chin.
Oh,
Nice.
the unkindest cut of all.
Nice. Yeah, you kick this thing in its undead balls. It just sort of doubles over in pain because I guess it still feels that. Yeah, you just right up through underneath the jaw, and it exits the top of the head. It's gory and amazing. It's dead. You have your bonus action, your movement, if you would like it.
Woo! Oh, right. Okay, yeah, in that case, with my shield, I will swing at G5.
Go for it.
That is, what did we say? It's 21 to hit.
21 definitely hits. Roll some damage.
You know.
This one is unharmed. It has not been touched yet.
Oh,
Right? Oh, shit. That's okay. Big 2 points of damage.
Alright, 2 points of damage. Oops, that's 11. You can't just type 1 and then 1 again for 2. That's not how calculators work, Evan.
no, going backwards.
Alright, and then Winchester is taking the dodge action, I assume, unless you would like him to move.
Correct. He'll dodge.
Okay, and then we will move on to the one that you had just attacked, which is going to make a bite at you with a 13 to hit, which misses you, I believe. Cool. Mm-hmm. Glass, you are up. Ambrose, you're in the hole. And then we have G1 and Oleander on deck, or way in the back, on deck in the hole, whatever the order is. I don't play baseball. Glass, you're up. And at the end of your turn, go ahead and make your Constitution saving throw.
Glass is going to blow a big bubble.
Just.
Yep.
All right. And I get a 20 dirty.
Nice. You are no longer paralyzed. Your turn, however, is gone, sadly, but you do manage to shake the toxin out of your system. Moving on, then we have you, Ambrose. What would you like to do?
If it's not too meta to ask, has this creature been damaged yet?
Yes, this one is beyond bloodied. The one directly in front of you, yeah. The only one that had not been damaged, I believe. Oh, actually, 1 has not been damaged. 5 was damaged for the first time by the 2 points of damage from Bree's shield. This one is one of the ones that was caught in your initial ice knife blast.
So, I would like to, being sweaty and dirty and tired of this shit already, I would like to lower my head and ram my horns as hard as I can through this creature's ribcage.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Oh!
Get it. Go ahead and roll an attack with your natural satyr weapons.
Ooh, that's a 19.
19 hits. Roll some damage.
So that's a 1d4 plus. That's a 4.
How do you want to do this?
Oh,
so
good.
sick.
Fuck yeah.
You said you didn't have any good melee weapons.
Like
One's
an
gone.
old orange that's been left at the bottom of your bag for too long.
Oh.
Oh.
Our horns just go right through this ribcage. Not in the cool way that I thought it would, but just in the squishy, nasty way. But you know what? It's effective.
You just kind of end up with like the top half of your head and most of your poor hat embedded in this thing's like sort of abdominal cavity, and once you make impact with the spine, you know it's dead, but you're finding resistance, and you just kind of have to almost pull yourself out. Disgusting, but effective.
I was hoping to pop the ribs right out. Like
as you pull your head back, the back of your horns do hook on the rib cage, and yep, it's like a bottle opener.
Oh man.
Sorry, I'm so sorry to any of our viewers who are
die.
off-put by body horror. I enjoy making comedy about it because I'm terrified of it in anything other than verbal description. So don't ever try to get me to watch a scary movie. I hate them.
Listen, I'm a Cronenberg fan, so
Yeah, we're gross, so feel free to go hog wild.
So is my boyfriend, and so I have a lot of reference
no.
material to go from, albeit unwillingly. Okay. That thing's dead. That's awesome. Number 1 up here, Bree and Winchester, high or low?
Bree will take high.
And it is going for you. So that's going to be another advantage attack here. That's a I don't think this is going to hit you with a bite. 16.
That will miss.
Yeah. As you sort of slam one with your shield and the other comes in for a bite, you just hold Cord Cutter out and you watch as its jaws close around the blade and just sort of gnash, sort of pushing its way towards your face. And you fight it off and it stumbles backwards. With that, Oleander, you're up.
Okay.
That's what the little circle is out for. It's for the corn.
Yep, it's a Corn Cutter.
Corn Cutter.
The identify spell was just off by that much.
Yep.
All right. Well, I've still got G5 in my sights, so I'm gonna try to do a blast at that one.
Do it up.
And again, with the intent of knocking it free from Winchester and Bree.
Okay.
No trick shots this time, just good old-fashioned straight down the middle.
Okay.
And that is going to... Oh, no. That's not good. It's going to be a 12.
A 12 is exactly what you needed to hit.
All right.
Oh, well. All right, then. I'll take it. And that will be a 10. That's 10 points of
10
damage
points of
and 10
damage.
feet.
Nice.
Knocked back, I guess, into that rock wall.
This one is bloodied. It stumbles backwards. I'll say since there's a little, it'll bump into that, but it's not going to take damage because it's not a full hit.
Yeah.
But that's fine. Cool. Great. Move that. I'll say you bump it here and it sort of bounces off because it's got to move 10 feet, right? Why not? As it pinballs through this series of like vertical barriers, you have your bonus action, your movement, Oleander, if you would like either.
I'm good where I am.
Cool. Back to the top of the order. Round 5 of combat. It is cleanup duty here with Winchester and Bree.
Okay. I think what I will do on this turn, I'm going to have Winchester take the help action.
Okay.
Is the name of the program.
Oh, what?
What? You have to say it every time.
And we all have to say, what? That's, stop trying to make what happen, Evan. It's not, what's never going to happen.
Winchester will take the help action and and Tommy will hit the back of my head. And Bree is going to take a swing at G1.
Okay, with advantage. Go for it.
Right. Good. Better.
All right.
That is a 19 to hit.
19 definitely hits. Roll some damage.
6 points of damage.
6 points of damage. Nice. Yeah, you swing into this thing and just sort of catch like right on where its clavicle would be, and you definitely feel something snap. One arm hangs limp to the side now, but it is not bloodied yet.
Okay. Well, I will now hit it with the bulwark of the tyrant. Oh, come on.
Wait, do we still have advantage? No.
You do still
I
have
have advantage on-
advantage. Actually, let me look up the help action because that is a great question. I
Yeah.
don't think it's a persistent feature. I think it is
Right,
it's
just
not like
the
that.
next
I thought-
attack.
Well, I thought I remember them getting advantage.
The
on
next
roll.
attack roll, yeah, that is the next one. So sorry.
Okay. Okay.
Thanks.
Yeah, it was like a 7 or 8, I think.
Okay. Yeah.
So-
Unfortunately, that does. You bash into it, and you see like all the jagged metal shards on the front of the shield pierce into it, and as you pull back, no blood comes out. Just this sort of a few drips of this blackish ichor, and it does not show any signs of slowing down. All right. On now to number 5 that has just been knocked back and pinballed. It's going to rush up to the closest that it's to now, which is going to be the two of you. High or low again?
Bree will take low this time.
Okay. And that's going to go after Winchester, and Winchester is flanked. So that is a 15 to hit Winchester.
Oh, that just hits.
Okay. That is going to be total of 9 points of piercing damage as Winchester, already facing the other one, does not see this thing come up from behind him, and it just lunges forward and grabs a big bite of like just hide and fur right sort of above the tail, and then runs its mouth down the tail, almost skinning it. Rough. Poor puppy. Cool. Glass, you are up. Ambrose, you're next.
Okay. Can I get a flanking bonus with a ranged weapon, or is that only with a melee?
You cannot.
weapon?
It has to be within 5 feet.
Okay. Then I will circle up.
Sorry, you
around-
can with a ranged weapon, and it will cancel your disadvantage.
Okay.
Oh.
So yeah, I think I do the same amount of damage with both of them, with each. Yes. Okay, so Glass will, finally having his wits about him, look down at all the mess from the exploded ghoul that Ambrose just popped, and secretly be relieved that it's covering up the pee that he has pee pantsed himself while he was paralyzed.
Understandable.
And say, "The winds of change," and then turn around behind him to see the last two guys, and circle around G1 to get in flanking position with Bree.
Okay, you are there now, flanking this last sort of one that remains that looks like it's in good condition, the other one being pretty roughed up at the moment. And then what would you like to do?
I would like to try to stave him.
Stave him you may, with advantage.
Oh, great.
Yeah,
for reading.
yeah. Okay. I can hit shit.
Maybe.
7 plus 5 is 12.
All right.
12 is exactly what you needed to hit.
Woo! And so here I will hit. Woo!
All right.
Good. That is 10 damage.
10 points of damage. Very nice.
First.
Well beyond bloodied and on its last legs at this point. Anything else on your turn? Bonus action? More movement?
No, I will believe I will simply stay there.
Okay, sounds good. Ambrose, you're up. Then we've got G1, then Oleander. I don't know why I put the emphasis in the wrong syllable.
Oleander.
Oleander. Oleander. Yo, trick.
Oleander County.
All right, Ambrose, what are you up to?
Oh, okay. You know what? Feeling emboldened by my recent destruction. I'd love to take a running start and ram G5.
Yeah. All
That
right.
hat ain't getting any cleaner.
Go for it. Linebacker Ambrose revs up for another hit. I will say, if you want to sort of curve your movement around to sort of come at it from the like in the westerly direction from the east, you can get advantage on this because you would be flanking with Winchester and Bree.
I didn't know if that would be too far with my movement.
What's your speed? 30?
35.
35. So let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'll say, yeah, if you want to take a little bit of a loop
okay.
around and then just rush back. Yeah, it's a football play.
Martin Hook.
Whatever. I'm not going to try to do my John Madden impression ever again since that went so poorly last time, but whatever he would say in this situation.
So for flanking, is that advantage on the roll or is that advantage on the damage?
Just advantage on the roll. I don't think there's anything other than some feats that give you advantage on damage.
Okay. Just double check. Oh, well that's a 20, so
Natural?
yes.
Hell yeah.
So
Ambrose just slaying stuff out here with his horns. Go ahead and you can either choose to double the d4 that you roll or roll 2d4.
I'll double the d4 just
Okay.
to save time.
I mean, we've got all the time in the world
4.
here.
Wow.
4.
So
4 plus your
4
strength
plus 1.
modifier.
yeah, which is 1.
Okay, so total of 5 damage then?
Yeah.
Cool.
And then does it double that before the +1 or?
Oh, you rolled a 4?
Yeah, I rolled a 4.
Oh, you
Oh,
rolled
so-
a 4. So it's 8 damage plus your strength modifier.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that would be
9,
yeah.
which is exactly how many hit points this had left. Ambrose on a roll with
What the fuck?
your head as a weapon, covered in visceraptor, sort of pulling yourself out of one of these creatures. You rush over and just sort of lower your horns. Your hat long gone at this point, hair just matted with viscera and like goop, and you just rush at this other one at a full sprint. How do you want to do this?
Just going full sicko mode. Like, I just leaped onto this thing and just ran as hard as I can. Hopefully not spraying Winchester too much with whatever is left of this creature's inner organs.
Okay.
I will say
Have
with a
any-
natural 20, unfortunately, you do spray Winchester with a lot of this because you burst clean through the back of this thing.
Have any of y'all seen From Dusk Till Dawn? Okay, well, the conceit of that, one of the conceits of that movie is that vampires, they're very, very scary, but also they're really easy to punch through.
Yeah.
So a lot of the movies are just like punching through vampires and gooshing them. I imagine this like that.
The ghoul has been gooshed.
It's been a ghost! Awesome. Only one of these creatures remain, and it is now its turn, unless you have a bonus action, or I think that's all your movement and your action, so.
I raise my head back and I scream.
Fuck yes.
But
This
in
is
a-
the
in a
most
quiet
metal
way.
scene we've ever had. Because I don't do this nearly often enough, Ambrose, I'm going to give you a point of inspiration to use. You can use that to re-roll any d20 at any time.
Wow.
Wow. You know,
I
wish
need
this
to be
would
better
happen
about
when
handing those out,
use
and I
magic
never
missile.
do, so I'm going to start doing it more.
Can I have one for being my fan?
Pete parents don't get no rewards around here. You know how this household is. All
That's
right.
what they all say.
G1 now is going to bit of an interesting pickle here. I need a high, middle, low assignment now from Glass, Winchester, and Bree, because you are all equal prey at this point. So who wants high and who wants low? And we'll just figure it out that way.
Well,
Okay, I'll take high.
Okay, and to make it fun, because I never get to roll, I'll roll a d12. So
Yeah.
divide 20
so
by
a
two.
9 would be in the high third. Who said high? That was Glass or Bree?
What? No, I said low.
I'm high. Sorry.
We don't know. That's fine. Sure. It's going to attack you, Bree. With a 14 to hit, which I think bounces off of your big, sturdy, spiked shield.
That's right. Yeah.
And Oleander, you're up. This last one on its feet is not showing any sign of fear or slowing down, and is at this point just kind of goring itself on Bree's shield when like some sort of horrible undead madness.
Guys, let's interrogate it.
Probably necessary.
Yeah.
With bullets.
Yeah, yeah, you know, I'm just gonna do an EB, gonna try to kick it back too.
All right,
Like
cool.
it.
And it's gonna be a 12.
12 is exactly what you needed to hit.
Why?
Cool.
And like all these 12s happening now.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a 9 plus 4 is 13 points of damage.
Wow.
Okay, so unfortunately, now, how do you want to do this?
Hey! It's, at this point, we're all tired, we're
Yeah.
all sweaty, we're all wounded. Ambrose looks like a nightmare given flesh. I'm just ready to be done with this. So it's really not with less than the usual amount of showiness and performance. Oleander just sort of like goes like, "All right, wrap it up, people," and just fire a blast off, and it just like knocks it at the top of its head, kind of like pinwheeling it backwards to fall in a heap. It's not showy.
And as it just sort
Not
of
impressive.
cartwheels back into the darkness, it is gone,
This gets the job done.
and the chamber around you falls silent. The break of waves somewhere in the distance, shatters the silence for but a moment, and you're returned to a now empty cavern that spans a massive distance out ahead of you. We've got about 30 minutes left for a little more exploration or rest or whatever it is that you need to do. So, what would you
Not here though.
like
Fuck.
to
I don't know. Does something smell like ammonia to you guys? Because I could swear.
No,
Yeah, I don't know.
it doesn't smell like anything to me.
Picturing Ambrose just in the corner like,
I walked over to Ambrose and put a hand on his. I almost put a hand on his shoulder and then don't. And I'm like, "You gonna be okay there, guy?"
I like pat myself off and I look around for my hat and pick it up and shake it off.
you find it sort of
Put it on
inside
my
the
head.
abdominal cavity of the one whose ribs you would bust out. You sort of, the inside's clean at least.
Oh, thank God. Put it back on my head and gather myself.
It is heavier than normal.
Gross.
I'll address that unsettling realization later.
Ugh.
Can I listen around to see if I hear the creatures from the doorway if they decided to pursue us because
Yeah.
of all the noise?
You absolutely may. Go ahead and make a perception check for me, please.
Fuck off. 3.
A moment over like the beating of your own heart in your chest and in your ears, and the like you swear that like crashing sound is happening just all the way on at all times at this point, with just sort of the exhaustion of battle in you. It's hard to say.
Mom always said I should have been a barbarian.
That's what Mama said.
Can I step towards the stairway down there and get another look at this like mess hall or whatever?
Towards these stairs?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yep.
So peering out ahead, as much as I love being artistic and describing these things, sometimes I do actually take notes that I should read to make sure that I don't leave anything out. So from this angle, you can see that you're standing on one of two steep escarpments that sort of divide this long chamber into thirds. It's hard to see from this distance, but you do remember seeing that across the way, beyond these two tables that stand in the middle, is another one with similar stairs that run up it. So this room that you're in, the section that you now stand in, composes like a third, a middle, and then another far end, all of about equal size. The tables themselves are made out of carved stone, it looks like from here, along with heavy chairs and long stone benches that flank either side of them. To the far east, you can just make out, because I think your dark vision's like 90 feet or something like that, right? Yeah.
It might be 60 in total darkness, but I don't know.
Yeah, so it's totally dark, but I'll say that when the flash came, you do remember seeing sort of the vague shape of something that looked like furniture up there, maybe a table or like a low hutch of some kind. And then, in addition to that, here on the floor are just the skeletal remains of dozens and dozens of warriors. You now also see that among the bodies, in addition to the elves and dwarves and humans and a few gnomes make up some of the smaller numbers, but there's some larger ones here too. There are a pretty decent number of orcs here. Not half orcs, like full-blooded orcs. Which would be hard to tell if it weren't for the sheer stature of their skeletons and the large tusks that jet out from the bottom of the jaw.
Yeah.
This was quite a meeting of the minds. The races here. I lost all my.
They met so hard they died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we wanna see if we can head down and see what we can see?
Yeah, I want to see what's
Yeah,
in this
let's do
room.
it.
I want to see if they were fighting each other or some external.
I
Yeah.
assume it's probably good to keep moving considering the amount of noise we just made.
Yeah.
Probably.
Can I check this room for any traps?
Sure, yeah. If you want to just go ahead and make an investigation check. I will say that will persist during the entirety of your time in this room.
Okay.
It's good.
Bree, do you want to help me make sure this room isn't all gonna kill us?
Sure, I'll help you.
Okay. 17.
Okay. Looking around on this upper platform, you don't see anything that looks like traps. You're
Okay.
making your way sort of down the stairs, checking the stairs carefully. No pressure plates, no tripwires. But you're going to have to proceed a little bit further to check the rest of the room.
I would like to go a little bit further and check the rest of the room.
Okay. Are the rest of you following or just waiting for class to go and come back?
I'll follow.
Okay.
I'll grab
I'll
the
follow.
Follow.
If we stick together.
Yeah.
So marching order, I guess, would be Glass in the lead, and then Ambrose or Oleander in the rear, or someone else.
I could go in the rear, also because I want to pet Winchester on the head and apologize.
Did
I
these
will
ghouls
also-
look like they had anything of value?
Oh yeah.
I mean,
You can make a quick investigation check to sort of roll a couple of them over.
I really doubt it, but 11.
The few of them that do have bits of tattered cloth on them, no, nothing that would look like a pocket or anything like that. The rest of them are just nude, so they were like coming at you like full nude, ultra
That's why I
spooky.
paralyzed.
That's why I knew where to kick.
Froze
That's
up.
exactly why you knew where to kick. That's what I was about to say. All right, cool. I'm going to go ahead and clear all those bodies out of there just so I can select you a little easier and then make your way a little further into the chamber here. From here now you get a better view of everything. You can see that there is indeed a tunnel that leads off to the north and that there is the large platform to the east of you. But looking around, at this point, you don't see anything that looks like further traps in this room. Just a lot of dead.
So it sounded like Oleander was asking this same question of like, are these dead? Like, do we see any sort of identifying like factions in what they're wearing, or are they organized by like race? You know, like does it look like they were fighting race by race or anything like that?
From what you can gather, I'll just use your same investigation since you're sort of taking a beat here to look around and be thorough about everything. It looks like most of the humans, dwarves, elves, and gnomes are wearing similar. What little is left of their armor is similar, except for the occasional human that is dressed differently and the orcs.
Okay, is their dress and their dress is aligned with those humans and orcs are dressed similarly? Those occasions.
They're just different than the rest. It's hard to
Okay.
say.
Okay.
But nothing that looks like a uniform. Like they're all
Someone proficient in history, make a history check for me.
Oh, I can do that. I'm proficient in history.
Okay.
Yeah, both of you go for it.
I have.
Yeah, I can.
Quite a bit of
I can
history.
go as. Can I like assist?
Yeah, you can either make your own check or assist.
Actually, I'll just make my own check.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was good that you did that because I only got a 14.
17.
17.
Brainiac
Thinking
and
back, long call back, when you were in your very, very first, maybe second or third, I think, not to break character too much, session, when you had rescued Sildar from the cave with Ymik, and he was sitting on the cart with you, making your way to Phandalin. He gave you a brief history of this area. And basically what had happened here was the dwarves, elves, and gnomes of Phandelver's Pact, along with a few humans that had joined forces with them, mostly spellcasters, were beset upon by orcs. But these orcs were either led by or had hired mercenary wizards that were human.
That's probably who the humans are. Okay.
Sorry, did you say a name for the orc pact? Faction?
I did not.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
And I would say from here, Glass, you can clearly see that up on the eastern thing, there is a table, and sort of underneath it is one body that, from this distance, looks almost kind of fresh.
I guess I would point out that observation and walk towards it.
And
Is everyone following, or are you going on your own?
Yeah. I'll go.
I'll follow. Can I throw like a rock at it to make sure it's not alive?
You do have 3 sticks with which to poke it.
What's up?
You do have 3 sticks you could poke it.
Leave me and all of my sticks alone.
Okay, so you take a stone and you. No response.
It's probably safe. Maybe.
Yeah. Let's go up there.
Let's go look at it.
Let's go.
Making your way
Okay.
over, you
I'd
can
be
now see
hungry.
there is another long hallway to the north, through which you can see a strange greenish glow. And in addition to that, underneath the table, with its back turned towards you, something in what looks like a very new set of leather armor whose face you currently cannot see because it is turned away from you.
Not dwarf sized.
No, this is closer to like a human or elf size.
Okay.
And it has almost like a hood sort of built into the armor that is covering the sort of back of the head, so it's hard to see ears or any other sort of.
Yeah.
I'm gonna circle around it.
Okay. Make your way sort of up and around the edge here, and peering down, you sort of squat to peer under the table and just almost recoil. Where you had expected to see a face of some kind, despite the armor being new, long since rotted away, much like
Oh,
the
wow.
rest of the skulls everywhere else.
I think this armor might be something special. If it's lasted.
Mm-hmm.
And as you look over the rest of the body, make an investigation check for me.
I would maybe ask, knowing, like, sensing that could be a magical effect. I would ask Ambrose, can you come take a look at this, and maybe we both look.
Sure.
Yeah. Could I do an Arcana check? To see if it's magical?
Sure. It won't tell you anything about it other than if it is magic or not, but yeah.
Oh, okay. So would
Detect magic would tell you the school of magic and that sort of thing. Identify would tell you exactly what the item is, but both of those are 10-minute rituals.
yeah.
Or you can immediately cast either of them, but it'll cost you a small slot. So
Do you want to
Yeah.
roll an investigate check, or should I roll with advantage?
I would say roll with advantage. I'll just assist you. We will probably take it off this dead body anyway.
19.
19. As you sort of stare for a hard second to make sure this thing isn't going to jump up and bite you, you finally settle on the realization that it is indeed long dead. And beginning to sort of pore over the body, you find, in addition to the armor itself, which is this sort of beautiful set of leather armor that has these sort of small black pyramid studs all sewn into the shoulder pieces and across the chest, the armor itself almost shimmers and flickers and becomes cloth and back to armor for a moment. And then it's floral print back to leather armor. And then the other thing that you find is on one of the fingers is a extraordinarily shiny silver ring with almost like a matching on either side, like the way like Greek filigree that would go across the top of a room would be, like a wave pattern that's similar to that all the way around the band of the ring.
Let's take all of this stuff.
Yes.
I will go about the business of taking armor off of a long dead body.
I'll help. My gag reflex is gone.
Oh, bet it is.
You start for a moment, and it proves to be a lot easier than you had thought because you can just sort of grab the limbs and slide them out as they are not attached to anything anymore. It's just bones. And so as you sort of just take the armor itself and almost shake the bones out of it, you now have a very extraordinarily nice and somehow resisted from age set of leather armor.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Do we want to keep pushing on, or would now be a good time to take a short rest?
I wonder. I kind of want to. Can we hear anything from the
yeah.
hallway up north with the green glow?
Make a perception check.
I'm super curious about that.
Yeah, I'm going to make an observation check for that too, because I'm real curious.
In perception.
Perception, yes. Why not? Oh, that's a 6. It doesn't matter. I don't hear anything. I don't know anything.
14.
And you're listening or looking?
Can I do both, or?
I mean, you're going to have to go over there and try to look if you want to try to look. Listening, you can do from wherever.
I would like to kind of peer around the corner that I'm near.
So I'm going to right here. Oops. Come on. Let me grab you. I would like to move you, please. Game. Thank you.
I'll make a stealth check, maybe if I'm coming any closer.
Thank you. Good job. That's smart. Y'all need to tell me about your stealth checks, because that's gonna bite you in the ass.
Stomping around otherwise.
Yeah, pretty much.
11.
11. Okay. You hunker down and get as quiet as you can, and as you sort of approach the hallway up ahead, at the far sort of distance from where you are now, you can see sort of off and up to the left-hand side is that little bit of green glow. And you can just barely make out the edge of where the floor itself just sort of drops off at like a sharp 90-degree angle, and then also sort of turns at like a 45-degree angle. And then just beyond that is another maybe 10 or so feet, another vertical wall that reassumes the floor. It looks like there's almost just like a masoned chasm through the center of the room that now lies perpendicular to your sight.
You can say the word pit. I'm ready for it.
It is not a pit because it continues left and right to either side of your vision.
Long pit. Got it.
Long pit.
Yeah, long pit. A trench.
But it doesn't look jagged. It doesn't look like cliff sides. It looks intentional.
A pool, if you will.
Perhaps. A canal.
Gully. An arroyo. Sorry, arroyo. Gotta roll the R's.
So,
I will carefully move back to my friends and report this description that I was able to.
I will say from here you are also able to see those of you who are in here, especially you, Oleander, having the same dark vision as Glass does, another long hallway to the south that leads into the lower of the sort of 3 floors in this biggest chamber.
That sounds like... Sorry, go ahead.
No, you can go ahead.
Oh, just that seems spatially quite close to our room of angry voices.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to ow!
Oh, you
I just
okay?
funny boned myself. Yeah, I'm fine.
Oh, no.
To zoom out on what you have explored so far, this is probably a good representation of what all you have seen thus far.
Yeah.
It's a deep cave.
Yeah, there's
It
a lot
is
going on here.
big.
Would I know what the green glow and the weird trench is?
You can make an Arcana check.
I don't remember if I've like
Green glow means money.
how much of this has been described by either Sildar or
Yeah.
Benjamin. So I don't think it's a lot.
If you're trying to remember what anything Sildar would have said, it would be a history check for you.
Okay, that might be better. So 17.
17. You're thinking hard about the conversation that you had in that cart ride, that being sort of the largest sort of bunch of information that you received, aside from those dwarven notes that you found in Glassstaff's chambers, which sort of reflected a lot of the similar history. None of them describe any sort of a green glow. And for that matter, none of them really describe the end point of your adventure. You have no idea what the Forge of Spells looks like, or even is, aside from being a font of magic capable of producing incredible things.
Or if it exists.
Or if it
Well,
exists. You have good
I
reason to
think-
believe that it does, but considering nobody seems to have seen it, at least not in any of the descriptions you've received.
Yeah. I mean, it might not look like a forge. We don't.
Yeah.
don't know.
It could really be anything.
Yeah.
It seems like something's going to happen through there.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what
So-
I'm trying to figure out if we should.
I think now is probably as good a time as any to rest up. What do you think?
I myself am doing okay, but I know some of the magic users amongst us might want a little rest.
I think if we have to, I would be fine.
Yeah, I can press forward. I'm not too hurt. I'm like down by like half of my health, but I can soldier on.
I've got 2 potions of healing that I
Yeah,
haven't used
just think.
yet.
I think I have potions of healing in here too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got
The
some.
only real reason I want to rest, besides getting a little bit of health back for us, would be to identify stuff.
That's a good
Yeah,
point.
that
Three
Yeah,
was
that's a good point. Yeah.
3 things to identify that could be very helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Could we
I think it
identify
was
them?
bonuses for future fights.
Could we
So for
identify
3
them?
identifications, it'd take about 30 minutes, which is not quite a short rest, but if you wanted to go an additional 30 minutes beyond that, you would get your short rest.
Could we identify and attune in a short rest? That's-
I would say, just for the sake of this, you might have to go a little bit beyond the hour, but not too much.
okay.
Because your each identify spell takes 10 minutes, and then after that 10 minutes is done, then you can start attuning, and attuning takes an hour.
Okay.
So
Cool.
maximum of an hour and 30 minutes if you attune to the last thing identified.
Okay.
Cool.
I would be down for a short rest as long as there's somebody like keeping watch.
Yeah,
Well, we
that's
have-
cool.
We have
We've got a rope. I've got a rope trick.
Oh yeah. Oh my god, I forgot.
I'm just gonna like whip the sword as if it's already a whip, and it turns into a rope. And then are we doing this?
yeah.
I have
The
been
only-
curious about what that's going to look like on the inside since you got the sword. So yes.
Cool. All right. I'll whip the rope up into the air, and it just holds completely vertical.
And almost continues to climb, almost like the way a snake charmer would force the...
Try to shoot it with my crossbow.
Hey, man, come on. We're going up there.
What is this magic?
You know about magic.
So this says that you touch a length of rope that is up to 60 feet long. One end of the rope rises into the air until the whole rope hangs perpendicular to the ground. So, that being said, the ceiling here on the higher of the two levels, being 10 feet higher than the lower, is about 25 feet up. So it rises about 25 feet into the air.
And makes a hole.
It just sort of disappears into the ceiling.
I will start climbing like I'm in gym class.
Okay. Athletics or acrobatics check to climb.
I'm good at acrobatics. Let's do that.
I watched Iris's lips just go.
Yeah.
Ain't gonna go well, but
You
Alright,
can help
sure.
each other with these as well if you would like to.
17.
17, no problem. You just hand over hand, hooking your boots into it, make your way up, and you reach the area where the top of the ceiling is just sort of jagged, small stalagmites, and the rope just sort of continues through it for a ways.
I'll just like not seeing an opening. I just want to like put my hand up through where the ceiling is.
Your hand just sort of passes through into. You did not realize how almost like muggy and warm and uncomfortable it was in this cavern until you place your hand into a nice, cool, and almost climate-controlled interior up above you.
Well, then I will stick my head in. What do I see?
Priest dead.
As you poke your head up into the space, you now see, let's see. It doesn't give a specific size, but I will say that is up to you as the caster. I'll say it's about maybe like 15 by 15 foot room here.
Yeah. Cool. Just I like Tommy's suggestion. It looks like a treehouse inside.
Okay. Yeah. So the inside, all vertical boards, a few cross beams. The top of it, this very simple gabled and braced roof. Comfortable. No windows or anything like that. Just a simple hatch that is already swung open on the floor with what looks like a small bolt on one side of it. And inside, there's already a few bedrolls. This looks like a relatively comfortable place to sit. And as you sort of spin to turn, there's a fire pit in one corner. Not so bad.
All right.
A hotel room.
Is there a carbon monoxide alarm for our indoor fire?
Listen, it's magic, okay?
Okay.
Fantasy carbon monoxide TPK.
God. And the party was no more. Because they
Amazing.
wanted to cook some fish. Okay,
Wow.
so as you make your way up and inside, the rest of you from down below watch as Bree just sort of climbs up and then just almost places her arms and head up into the ceiling, and then her feet just sort of in the top of the ceiling where the stalagmites are, just like almost ripples as if it's liquid, and then comes to a still.
Sick.
Well, I hope she doesn't get stuck in there.
Totally fine.
Okay. Why don't you limber young monkeys scamper up this rope, and I'll try to be right behind.
What? Why don't we just go together and I'll help you?
All right, but I apologize in advance for how this may go. Olena grabs the rope, and this is going to be an acrobatics check, correct?
Acrobatics or athletics, your choice.
It's going to be
Well, oh, sorry.
It's going to be acrobatics. They have an extra point in that.
Okay, and you have advantage on this because you're being held by glass.
Thank you, Glass. I
You're
appreciate
welcome.
it. Please,
If
do
anything-
20. Do not embarrass me like you have so many times before.
For those watching, ropes and pits and any sort of climbing or anything has just been the bane of her
This
existence.
is like outside of my job description. I am not here for it.
I'm keeping my eyes closed, so if anything embarrassing happens, I won't know.
Okay, so that's a 9. Good thing I have advantage. Okay, that's the exact same roll. A 9. Great.
You get about halfway up the rope and just sort of begin to slide back down it. You don't fall,
Shit.
but you are sort of gently lowered back to the ground by glass. The DC's 10. You can do this, girl. God! It is the lowest of low DCs I can make here. I'll say this: with enough help from your friends and everybody, with enough time, you're all able to make your way in. Whoever is last, however, can either be pulled up just by hanging onto the rope or assisted in some other
That'll
way.
be me.
So
Just hoist me up.
You go left.
yeah, you just sort of wrap it around your waist, and you're like, I've seen this in some of the shows in like my parents' house before. It's fine. Just
Leave me my dignity. Just hoist me up. I'll owe you a solid.
I'm picturing like
when you remove a cow
that
from
video of
video.
like the life flight with the like body carrier under the helicopter that just starts spinning horribly.
Full dignity.
Anyways, you make your ways
Nobody's
up
watching.
into
Make
the
it more
treehouse
fun.
cast by Bree's rope trick, and in this space, you definitely feel that you could make a safe rest. Looking down below, you can see the top of the platform, the top of the table, a little bit of the bones scattered about from the body that you had pulled out of the armor. And here at the top, you have all of the items that you need to identify. So if you would like to identify them, you can do so. The only problem here, just so that everybody knows, is that rope trick lasts 1 hour. So for those of you who want to rest in here, while Ambrose is identifying this, you better start resting, because Ambrose, you're going to have to probably do your rest outside of here, because once that hour is up, everybody falls out.
Right.
Okay.
That's okay. I'll be fine. Identifying is important. I put everything in front of me and I just start touching stuff with my hands and closing my eyes
Okay.
and thinking really hard.
Which of the three things would you like to do first?
Let's go in order. Let's do the boots first.
Okay. Your hands pass over these and you set up your ritual about 10 minutes later. These are boots that will assist with anyone who needs either a boost to their innate speed or the ability to make their way through. Does it help with rough terrain? Let me see. It might not. But they can't also add distance to your jumping ability. They are boots of striding and springing. So.
Talk about a mirthful leap.
If only they fit my tiny little hooves.
Let's see. I would say that because they are magical items, anything that's magical armor, as long as it's not just normal armor, will magically resize for the wearer.
Okay.
That is just sort of canon D&D rules. They make your walking speed 30 feet unless your walking speed is higher, and your speed is not reduced or encumbered if you're wearing heavy armor. In addition, you can jump 3 times the normal distance, though you can't jump farther than your remaining movement would allow.
Okay.
Cool.
That's neat.
The only drawback from these is that they do require attunement.
Right.
Okay, so that's first. At the end of 10 minutes, there is one of the items identified there.
Could you do the armor next, maybe?
Sure. Let's boot it up. Does anybody want these boots?
I mean, I'm pretty slow.
It seems like Bree's house right there.
I was gonna say, are you encumbered by that large cool shield? Because
I want.
might help.
Oh,
I toss the boots in your direction.
They look a little big, but as you go to sort of pull them onto your feet, they are snug and comfortable, and still as shiny and new as you had found them when they were inside of the slime. They will take you an hour to attune to, but you would know that in casting Rope Trick, you will have to attune to these afterwards, because you will be falling out of the sky before you can finish attuning to these. So,
right.
Man, that says really grim things about whatever happened to whoever encountered that slime, huh?
Yeah.
Just boots left.
Yeah, jeez.
I'm sure they're fine.
Maybe they found a pair of even better boots and left those behind.
There you go. Always looking on the bright side.
I want to
So
believe that.
positive.
I'd like to believe that.
Let's check out this armor.
The armor itself is a. Let me see. Let me make sure that I'm getting this correct here. It is a. It's a set of fine studded leather armor. That much is obvious, which is going to be improvement, I think, on anybody who is already wearing light armor. In addition to that, it is glamored, and you can change the appearance of this armor into the appearance of any type of clothing that you wish, and it remains that way until you decide to do otherwise.
Ooh. Does it have a name? Or?
It is glamored studded leather armor.
Oh.
I have an idea of who that might be good for.
Yeah. And does it do anything else cool, or is that it?
I believe
But
that's
isn't
it.
that
might
enough
be.
for you?
What's up?
Isn't that enough for you? That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's pretty
Yeah.
pretty awesome.
I'm gonna say I'd love it if nobody else wants it.
It
Go
is
for it.
also, in addition to that, beyond the normal bonus that you would get from studded leather armor, which is I think the highest you can get from light armor, it has a additional magic +1 to it.
Wow. That's really good.
I'll have
Yeah, I
that,
would say either.
please.
Make Glass and Oleander fight for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. I mean, we can turn to the noblest competition.
And
The rock, paper, scissors.
as indicated by the fact that it seemed to be almost shimmering and creating effects without anything attuned to it already, it does not require attunement.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
cool.
Okay. I would love to boulder parchment shears for this.
Okay.
I would argue that Glass is kind of our flim flam man.
Yeah.
Our,
Oh yeah. No, yeah. It would make
Yeah,
disguising easier.
it would-
Yeah. Why
yeah.
don't you go for it, Glass? It's yours.
Are you
It's
sure?
fine. I have my own wardrobe to pull upon. Don't you worry about that.
Well, I say, well, okay, and I put it on and turn it into like one of those full body banana costumes.
This
Wow.
Does it look okay?
All I'm
picturing is
just like peanut butter
jelly
time.
Very
In my treehouse.
appealing.
God. Okay, and then last but not least, what was the third item that you had?
The ring.
Extraordinarily
The ring.
shiny ring.
Extraordinarily shiny ring. This is a ring of water walking.
oh, hell yeah. Cool.
I assume it does what it says.
It does precisely what it says. Let me see if there's further details really fast. As far as I know, it just allows you to walk on water as if it were a solid surface. While wearing this ring, you can stand and move across any liquid surface as if it were solid ground.
I'm not sure any of us, especially super, needs that skill all the time.
I don't know if right now we need to attune
Right.
to it.
Yeah.
I suppose we
Also
could keep
does
this-
not require attunement. So that one
Oh.
can just be passed.
That's cool.
Wow.
Yeah, we could just pass it between each other depending on when we need it.
Yeah.
So if you just want to hang on to that, Ambrose.
Okay.
Yeah.
I could bend down on one knee and be like, if you would like to never fall in a watery pit again, you can hold on.
Okay, but if I fall and there's water down there, I'm just gonna break my ass because I'm wearing it. That would be worse. That seems like a worse option.
Boy.
Well, I'll put it on then.
Why don't you put it on?
Amazing. Yeah.
That's
Woo!
And there's a picture of that one, so I will put that in the our little group chat. Here's the ring. Wow, look at that ring.
Wow, it's exactly what you described.
Oh yeah. Hey,
Fancy.
you did a good job describing it.
Hey,
Oh,
thanks.
cool. Sweet.
Nifty. And we're taking a short rest, right? So
Yeah, so if everybody, I think that's a good last thing to do for this. The three of you may take your short rest. Ambrose, you will have to either climb down and start yours now or start a 1 hour short rest at the end of this hour. It is up to you, but if you try to do You know what? That's intentionally obtuse. I'll just let you take 30 minutes here and 30 minutes downstairs if you want to.
Okay.
And we'll call it a short
that
rest.
sounds
Yeah,
good.
that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're descending a rope. It's not that hard. It's not going to break up your rest. You're fine.
Does Winchester get to roll hit dice? Fuck.
He doesn't get to roll hit dice on a short rest?
Not on a short rest, no. That's one of the Tasha's drawbacks.
Anyone who is rolling hit dice, I play you a little song, and you can roll an extra d6.
Oh, thank
So you
you.
don't have to roll all. You could spend less hit dice and roll a d6.
Nice.
I don't even remember what my hit dice are. 10, right?
Yep. Yeah, whatever your hit point. When you
Yeah.
level up.
Ow. I got back.
And I can roll up to... What is it? My
Your
level?
level, right? Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I did pretty good. I got 11 points back thanks to that. Thanks
Nice.
very much.
As far as I'm seeing, maybe this is just with the new Tasha's stuff, but I believe any creature can make a short rest with no problem.
Can I get Kevin out?
Yeah, Kevin would also be able to pop out and take a short rest at this time. As far as I'm
boy.
aware,
Well, we can figure that out.
yeah, we'll figure that out. But I would say for now, go ahead and do it because I really don't see any reason to avoid allowing that. And then the hit dice for the creature will be. It says the beast has a number of hit dice equal to d8s equal to your ranger level. So if you are a 4th level ranger now, his hit die are 48.
Cool.
So
Love it.
he's good. And then I will look it up for your familiar, but I think it should be
You can
fine.
do that next episode if you want. Yeah, it's pretty
So,
late.
Yeah. Just remember, they also get a d6.
Yes.
so everybody go ahead and the three of you log your short rest. Ambrose will do your short rest when we come back next week in case
Oh, okay.
whatever may occur, you need to move or anything like that at the end of your 30 minutes. I think we're pretty much all set here. I'm going to go ahead and pull up our donations for the evening.
Yeah.
Woo!
Boy, we killed a lot of already
Oh
dead
my
things.
Yeah, we did a lot of carnage, huh?
Truly,
That
did
was
pretty good.
a very big fight. Y'all did really well.
Man, there was a moment there where Glass was paralyzed where I really felt like it could go either way. I was like, oh man, we could all get wiped out here.
Yeah.
I was like, I mean, if you would have even failed your con save, I was definitely worried about
Yeah.
maybe not like a TPK, but some really severe resource
Maybe
taxation.
We got one PK.
Awesome. So tonight for our donations, we have one, and it is a very big one. So thank you so much to Hugh Time, who says, here's to the race to 5K and donated $100. So thank you so much. That's awesome.
Thank you.
We really appreciate
Thank
you.
you.
And aside from that, we will see you back here again next Wednesday.
Yeah. Same time, same channel. Don't miss it.
And then I'm not 100% sure on this, but I might do another little Q&A thing sometime this weekend, depending on what everybody else is free for. If not, maybe I'll just hop on and like play video games and hang out with everybody. Keep an eye on our social media stuff. I'll let you know about that.
Yeah.
And aside from that, be safe, be good to each other, and we will see you soon.
Have a good night.
Have a good night, everybody.
Hi, friends.
Thank